Hello, are you live?
There we go, I'm live.
I'm also live. And for appropriate for beginning of stream, I'm going to pour myself a glass of Pepsi.
Nice!
Nelsie's given me a challenge, by the way. Starting from Monday, if I can go without Pepsi for a month, he'll give me $25.
Oh.
I'm considering taking the challenge on. Mostly for challenging myself to see how much I need it.
I would say that the first week will probably be the toughest, and after that, you won't think about it.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Because I tried to cut down on how much pop I drank. I let myself have one a week now.
Pop.
Sody pop. And then I'll get to times when I'll go to have one, and I'm like, nah, I just want water. I'm fine. So
yeah.
But the problem is now, if I have it, like I had, apparently my mic is popping.
Oh no.
I can fix that, maybe.
Not just the soda's popping, the mic is popping.
Oh no. Wait,
Are you
can
pressing
I
Windows
fix
a
that?
lot, by the way?
I am, yeah, sorry.
I'm just like, what the fuck? Am I left something on the keyboard? But until I remembered.
It's me. I don't know why I'm
Why she's popping?
Yeah.
Can you all forgive me if I have a little... While you're trying to fix that, I'm gonna nibble a little bit on some food. Okay? Cool.
That's okay.
Deal.
I forgive. Usually... I'm going to press Windows again. Usually if I just capture the specific thing, it stops the crackle, but it won't let me NDI just parsec. So I don't know how to get around it. That's very strange. Boop, 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 boop. What if... Wait, if I untick this... Oh no, because then you won't be able to hear the game at all. Curiouser and curiouser. I guess I'll try and just reconnect on Parsec. See if that does anything.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's annoying because I don't remember it doing it last time we played. Thingamabob.
No, I remember it working pretty well last time.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. Why, it's being stinky.
This is, for what it's worth, it's not on Discord, so you sound
fine. It's something to do with how NDI, I think how NDI and how Voicemeeter send the audio, something isn't compatible between them, so that's what causes the crackle. Which is fixed by if I send the specific thing to NDI. But if I just capture desktop, then it does it. But I can't capture Parsec on NDI, which is butts.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
And you... Yeah, I don't know. You have such a different setup than mine. It's hard for me to like figure out.
Yeah, I think the only person who understands it is Craig. He's good with this stuff. He lives for this sort of thing. Whereas for me, I guess we're just going to have to play the new WWE game that came out today instead.
Oh, well. Yeah. I don't even know, I hope it comes on, like, Game Pass and stuff. Because I don't know if it's going to be good enough to, like, buy full price, but I'd like to play it. Maybe we can, abuse our positions as content creators to get the key.
I might have already got one.
Oh, I see. I need to get on that train then.
Poor Paul Choi was bombarded by like 4 of us at the same time. He was like, fine. Okay, I restarted NDI. Is it still crackling? Is it still doing it?
Still crackles.
Still crackalacken.
Oh, Briony, it says you're playing Ace Attorney Court of Contempt.
Oh, does it? Did I just click the wrong one? Oh, yeah. I was just clicking whatever I felt like. I don't know, some Ace Attorney game, whatever. Let me just check that the game is actually... Can you just do something in the game so I can check if it's sending the right thing? Yeah, that seems to be...
In theory, you should be able to do something in the game as well if you're on Parsec.
I tried clicking and it wouldn't let me. It might be because I restarted it. Maybe I need to have permissions given again.
Okay.
But yeah, fingies crossed.
Fingies
crossed. That is all good.
Okay.
When you messaged to say that you were going to be a little bit late because of popping to the shop, I took that time to we ordered a mirror for the hallway, and Fion's never seen her reflection before, so I thought before it goes up on the wall I'd show her reflection. Jerry's seen his reflection like 4 years ago and he was terrified of it, and he approached so slowly, really scared of like every time he moved he would then see himself move, so
oh
he'd
god,
freeze
the other
again.
thing is moving as well. Yeah.
It took him like 5 minutes to walk across the room being like, oh. But yeah, Fion just straight away, as you would imagine, just ran over face first into the mirror, booped her nose on it, left this little bunny snoot print right in the middle of like, hello, who's this? And then she sort of looked behind it like, what? And then she was like, okay, and ran off. And then Jerry came over again, and he did actually walk over this time, but his ears were like very forward, and which is big, like, I'm approaching
Suspicion.
Possible danger.
Yeah.
So he was just there sort of looking at it like, hello.
That's pretty funny. I like how they're different in that regard. So
yeah.
There was it was a mod I almost installed for Stardew, which I worry that if I tell you the mod, you're going to demand me to put in the mod.
Is it Everyone is Bunnies?
No, not quite. But it is Jean and Jorts, the two cats, the two talking cats.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
Jean the smart cat and George the dumb cat.
Yeah.
And so I read up why these two, and apparently they're like a Twitter thing or a Reddit thing or something. Like the owner telling stories about them and whatever.
Well, I think they're cats that live at a rescue, maybe.
Maybe.
Or they're at some sort of, they're like work cats that live in the reception area or hang out there in the day. And someone put a post It was something like they left a note asking for the door to be left open or something because Jort was too stupid. He kept getting into a room and getting trapped in there, and then they got told off for being like,
You shouldn't like be discriminatory.
Don't discriminate against the cat. He can't help it. This stuff.
Yeah, that's sort of where it came from. And apparently someone liked that so much they made Stardew mods about them. Where Gene is trying to make a union for better pay at Joja, and Jorts is just generally dumb. Walks around getting his face stuck in trash cans and the like.
Oh, bless. That does sound very cute.
Yeah. Man, Stardew has been really fun recently. It's been fun getting places.
It has.
Cool
Even if we don't have our own mods of us in the game.
No.
Still
Hint,
appreciate
mod
it.
makers. Hint, hint. Oh, we meant to. I forgot entirely. We were meant to talk about what characters.
We said
be.
we were gonna discuss it.
Yeah, I forgot entirely. Despite us talking about the Harvey equals Tom mod.
I'm gonna find out who made the Tom mod, and then I'm just gonna slowly
Hello. I thought
reply
your mod
to
was
all
really
their
cute.
tweets. Yeah.
Haha. It would be. Oh man, imagine what we all would be. Haha. Haha. If that happened, that would be funny to
Imagine if we had a mod. Haha, just kidding.
Unless. Yeah. I don't know. No, I mean,
feel like I would be
personality-wise,
Penny.
I'd probably be a Sebastian, or maybe a Sam, but yeah. No, I never did skate. Like when I was a kid, almost so many of my friends like either rode around on rollerblades or skateboards a lot, but I never.
Yeah.
I was a nerd from through and through. Basically, I just wanted to like sit at home playing computer games mostly.
I remember when like Jackass came out and people would do like all of a sudden everyone just wanted to do dumb stuff and get hurt. And very much was just like, I don't like this.
No, yeah.
I don't like getting hurt, so I remember like using my friend's skateboard, but I would just sit on it and go down tiny ramps and be like, wee. I was like, I'm not standing on it.
I see.
That seems dangerous.
I wonder if maybe that doesn't give you quite the thrill as standing on a skateboard, just sitting on it a little bit.
But we would just do stuff like, because there wasn't much to do in my town, so it was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna swing on the swings really high, jump off at the top, woo!
Whoa, crazy! Yeah.
I have a friend who jumped off the top of our shed once, and to this day, this must be like over 20 years ago. And to this day, if ever she gets brought up in conversation, my mum will be like, "She jumping off shed still?" And I'm just like, she did it once. But that's forever. Forever tarnished her reputation. She has children now.
Parents work like that. Like they remember one thing during childhood, and like, that's the one who did the thing, and that's always something they mention.
Yeah.
That is basically how it goes.
It's like I still have a friend who's referred to as Mike with the knees because he had knee surgery when he was like 15.
Man,
as opposed to all those
feel
Mikes who don't have knees.
Yeah, exactly. I feel for poor Mike. That's not something you want to be known for, Mike with the knees.
It's because my sister had a friend called Mike as well. So I'd be like, oh, I saw Mike in town. And my mum would be like, Mike with the knees. I was like, yes, Mike with the knees.
You could just be like Mike Hartford rather than Mike Johnson. No, it's Mike with the knees, you know?
Apart from one time we went on holiday to France and we looked up what it would be in French. And then for a while he became known as Mike avec le genou.
Why did you look up Mike? Did he go to France? Or did you go to France?
No, I think we were just talking about him. And this was before
it was completely random.
You couldn't really use the internet or phones on holiday. You were literally just there with whatever you had. So it was like a French dictionary. And I must have been thinking about Mike.
I wonder what Mike is doing. Well, Mike with the knees. I'm sorry, I think you mean Mike avec le genou.
And then I have my friend Craig Twix. Literally because one time I told him that I had a craving for Twixes and he sent me a video of him eating them. And from then on, he's Craig Twix.
You are very quick at labeling people, right?
I once had a friend called Katie Raincoat because she always wore raincoats, and I was meant to be going around her house, and I went to call her up, but back in those days you'd look people up in a phone book.
And you didn't
And I
know her
looked
last
under-
name?
Yeah, I
Rain,
looked her
Rain,
up under
Rain,
R,
go
and I was
Rain.
like,
Oh, right.
hang on, her name's not Raincoat. But everyone called, like, this was before I met her. She was introduced as Katie Raincoat, so I was like,
Huh.
that's her name. Didn't
I
question
guess
it.
that's her name. Until you're in the phone book looking it up and going, oh, that's probably not her name.
There's no raincoats in here.
Yeah. It's like when you look up you in the phone book, you go for Brian, and that's not your name. You need to look for Lauren instead. That's the whole thing.
True. That's how I
Yeah.
get around people calling me up.
Exactly. Despite that you're having a weird number calling you. Maybe they're after this Briony rather than Lauren. Maybe that's why.
This is true. This is true. I wonder what my friend's parents referred to me as.
Yeah.
Rythian Hollow Knight. Yeah.
Briony with the
I know
longest hair.
so many Rythians that I do have to
Yes,
differentiate.
it's true. It's probably a good call, yeah. I mean, if I had known multiple Bryonies, I guess this Briony on Bake Off or whatever, not that I know her, but still, then you would be Briony with the longest hair. That's what
true.
you would be, yeah.
I don't know many other. I think I've met like 2 other Bryonies in my life.
I have met like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 Joachims in general. And in fact, in school, I often was in the same circles as another one, who was the little brother of a friend of mine. So that was confusing. But could be worse. My brother's name, Patrick, was incredibly common. There was like 5 Patricks just in like the nearest 3 years, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Patrick as being a common Swedish name.
See, you remove the C, so that then it becomes Swedish. Then it's just Patrik, basically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but like I always thought, because I mean I don't mind my name. I think my name is fine. But I often wish that it was easier for people to pronounce outside of Sweden. So I always thought, like, if I could have a choice, it would be easier to be named Daniel or Patrick or Henrik or, I don't know, something that's still very Swedish, but much more international and easier to understand in general. Even Frederick would work, you know.
Yeah. I think the main manager guy of Holby City was called Henrik. I think he was called Henrik Hansen. This imaginary man in charge of an imaginary hospital.
Well, I mean, that sounds pretty Scandinavian. Henrik Hansen.
He was.
Is it a Scandinavian hospital?
I mean, no, but he was meant to be like half Swedish or something. I can't
see.
really remember his origin. It's just on my mind because I got sent a notebook from Holby City today that was like, thank you for being part of our family, because Holby's coming to an end after like 20 odd years.
What is Holby?
Have you ever heard of a TV show called Casualty? Like
it rings a bell. I think I've heard it mentioned.
Hospital drama.
I think I've heard it mentioned. But yeah.
So Casualty came first, and that's like the casualty department of Holby City Hospital, which then became the spin-off show, which is like the rest of the hospital.
Oh, I see.
And it was like my first television job was working on Holby.
Oh, I see.
So I got sent the little present to say thank you for the time I did on there.
Okay.
Now it's all coming to an end.
A part of Briony's history going away. Crazy.
I think Fion's eating string.
That's alright, right? She's allowed to.
I mean, she's not really meant to.
No. But it's not.
She does what she wants.
She just feels like it. She's gonna eat it. Man. I
Maybe
was
I'll message
wondering.
Alec.
I was wondering, like, how the dangerous thing about pets and kids is that you have to make sure that there is nothing poisonous around, because they're not smart enough to not eat it, right? And
Yeah.
that's a lot of responsibility, because with humans, they don't just go up and eat random things randomly, you know, like adults. I mean, some people do, I guess, but Most people just look at something, I don't know what that is, and they like look at it and try to figure it out or whatever. But a kid walk up and sort of, what's this? Ow! And like shove in like a, I don't know, detergent or whatever, and in their mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, tasty.
It's like when my niece was born and my parents like child-proofed the entire house. And all of a sudden I like couldn't get in the cupboard.
Childproof locks can be complicated, man. Like, they absolutely can. Adults still do it. I mean, yes, there are some idiot adults still, of course, but in general.
That's the thing. People often assume that like domesticated animals still have those inbuilt smarts. They really don't. We have bred that out of them. They don't know what they're doing anymore. Like, if I put things Fion shouldn't have in front of her, she'd just be like, ooh.
Ooh,
Like,
tasty.
she tries to steal food from me all the time, regardless of
how good
what
it is for her or not. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, you have to always be vigilant, basically, and make sure that you know where she is, and at least roughly in an area. Because if she's in that area, you know that like everything there is fine. She might find some string, but that's okay. She can eat string, even though she's not
Well, they
supposed to.
have like, it's like, oh, what's the name of the, it's like jute or something. So it's a specific type of string that won't choke her, but she still shouldn't. But then again, she eats cardboard all the time. She just does whatever she wants. Sometimes she eats the
Cardboard
skirting
isn't
board or the
dangerous, though,
wall.
right?
Nah.
You can eat that.
As long as they're eating the other stuff to keep their tummy moving. You do notice that like sometimes you get these boxes that are like cardboard, but they've covered it in hay. And then if they eat too much of that, you notice that their poos are getting smaller and smaller because they're not really getting as much nutrients as they should be. So I thought Jerry was eating carpet then, but he was licking his foot. I don't know what they're up to anymore.
He's licking his foot.
The thing with your name as well is that I feel like depending where it's from, it's pronounced in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, which to be honest, isn't... Yeah, thank you, Anonymous, by the way, for gifting sub to Olive. That's not that strange if you think about it, right? Because, say, like the word, like the name Alex or Alexander, that is pronounced different in you know, Spanish, as it is in English, as it is in Russia, as it is in Sweden. You know, there is, like, because you pronounce it in a different accent, it also comes across in different ways. So in Swedish, it would be Alexander. In Russian, it would probably be like Alexander, which is actually not that different to Swedish. But then in English, it would be Alexander. While in Spanish, it would be Alejandro, probably. Well, that's technically not the same name, but you know, something like that. So it's just more, my name is there's also, again, like, technically my name isn't Joaquin from Joaquin Phoenix or whatever, but it's basically the same name, just like regionalized, you know, in a way. And yeah, you get that. Honestly, like, I remember reading, right, there's a character that has a name similar to mine or exactly the same as mine in the Bible, or in one of the extended universe Bible, or whatever you want to call it. And I think he was translated as Joshua. So it might actually be Joshua that is like the English version of my name, possibly. Though I am not sure. I would need to do some research. But like, there's a basketball player called Joachim Noah, basically. And I think most people just pronounce it Joachim at that point. Which, I mean, at this point on, I'm fine with that, even though that is not at all how I pronounce it, or anyone in Sweden pronounces it. But I mean, who cares? Like, I've grown to accept the fact that I can't accept everyone to pronounce it with my accent. You know, that doesn't really work.
I sort of get the same. Like, anyone who's from America will naturally say my name Briony, and I don't mind that. I
do find weird though, because I've always seen that name, your name pronounced Briony. Briony seems strange. Like, is there a lot of American people like known as Briony? Like, I
don't know.
I feel like every time I've seen the name Briony, because you are not the only Briony I've ever heard of. Though,
what?
To be honest, No one else comes to mind at the moment except the aforementioned bake-off
The
contestant.
bake-off one.
Yeah. But I'm sure there is another one somewhere. But anyway, I've always had it as the I, the long I rather than the short E. You know, Briony.
My French teacher used to call me Briony as well. But brioche.
I could see,
guess.
I could see it in
Brioche,
French,
Briony.
like brioche, Briony. Ah,
Yeah.
Briony, comme s'appelle sa queue? Le carton fait dans la nuit? Oui. How many years of French did you take?
I had like 7, I guess. I think you have to do it all of your school life.
Yeah, I started.
And then it took 2 days to forget it all.
Yeah, basically. So I started at year 6, but I think we didn't have as many lessons or classes a week then.
Yeah.
And then I had through 7, 8, 9 as well. And then I wanted to continue learning French when I went to, which is called the gymnasium, which is like the... Because in Sweden you go through what is called ground school, so or you know, which is split up into 3 threes usually, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, right?
Yeah.
That's where everyone goes. Everyone goes together and they learn like a base lesson plan. And after that, you get to decide which gymnasium you go to, which I guess
like Pokemon.
Not quite. No, it is just a higher form of learning, I suppose.
Okay.
But it is only for like you're only like 15 when it happens, 15, 16. So I don't know if that would be like high school, maybe. I would argue it probably is compared to an American high school. I don't know what it would be compared to for English people. Like,
UK is like primary. Well, depending where in the UK you are, primary is up until you're like 11, and then secondary is 11 till 16.
So it would be after secondary. What happens after secondary in English?
You then get sixth form, which is like 6 18, and then 18 plus would be university.
So then I guess it would be college. I guess it would be sixth form then is what the thing would be.
Okay.
Because that's 3 years of something. But the thing is you choose this is the first time you get any sort of choice. Like you apply to a gymnasium based on your grades from year 9 and you get applied or whatever. So in my case I went to an IT gymnasium, so to speak.
You went to nerd school?
Yeah, I went to nerd school. And I did as much nerdy stuff as I could. However, I couldn't get French because there was not enough people on that entire school that wanted French. So instead I got Spanish. So I had a year of Spanish instead. And then when it was time for like year 2, I couldn't even get Spanish. So not enough people got Spanish. So I learned like Flash, like the internet thing, like Adobe Flash of like media creation.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what happened third year, but probably nothing. Because the idea was like basically you had one course like a week that you basically chose yourself. And I intended to continue with French, but it became Spanish. And then I intended to continue with Spanish, but so I had to pick something else basically.
We had to choose when we were like 13, I think.
Oh, okay.
You either
early.
get geography or history, and then you get one language.
I feel like
You
both
have to
geography and
choose-
history is pretty important, though.
Yeah, you'd think so, but it's like,
Yeah.
no, pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Because as a 13-year-old, you are fully equipped to make
Yeah.
those sorts of decisions.
Oh, it's actually insane how that works. Honestly, when we're like 14, based on the grades you've earned while you were 14, you apply to a gymnasium, which is basically set you up to either go straight into the or the sixth form or whatever you call it. Is those years are basically what sets you up for either going into work to work in the working life, or to go on to like a university or college or whatever. And it's like that all leads back to what place you apply into when you're 15, and you're supposed to know where the rest of your
Yeah.
life is going to be. It's insanity.
Oh, Chewy says it depends by school, so maybe mine was just particularly This thought everyone was dumb. You have one or the other. Don't have both.
Yeah.
You don't know
It
what
is
you're
weird.
doing. You also had a choice of whether you did like whether your science is counted for 1, 2, or maybe 3 GCSEs.
Okay. And GCSEs is what? Like you need a certain amount of to be considered as finished, or what?
Yeah, that's what you do for. That's like the exams you take when you're 16, and then that will determine what you can do, if you can do like 3 or 4 A levels after that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know what A levels are either, but I do know that every year there's a post made on Twitter saying, "Don't worry about your A levels, it's fine." You know? Yeah.
A levels are what you're then used to get into university.
Yeah, so for us, when it was time to get to university, you either apply based on your grades from the gymnasium, or sixth form, I guess, or based on a big exam you take, which I guess would be the GCSEs, maybe, or the A levels, maybe.
Yeah.
We just call it. See what it's called for us, right? After the gymnasium, then we go into high school. That's what it's called for us. That's when it's called högskola, which literally means high school. And that is what we call all of the university / college / whatever versions. Like, people go to high school at 50, 60 if they want to,
Yeah.
Yeah. I went from nerd school, like IT, I had like the IT university, where I. So at one point then there was also a split if you wanted to go study focused or job focused, and study focused taught you, I think, more physics and more math, and if you went work focused, you learned more direct. We learned like networking and stuff, as in computer networking, not like people networking.
Yeah. So your Swedish school is basically like a skill tree that you follow along.
Yeah, a talent tree where you pick. But it was a slight difference. It was like 2 or 3 different classes a week are different based on if you went studied or work or whatever. So I was done, and I was like, okay, well, now what? And I didn't know what to do. So eventually I jumped onto, a friend of mine was gonna start learning, like jumping on like a university course, distance-based thing. And I was like, okay, I guess let's do that. That was horrible, and I dropped out, and so I'm officially a college dropout, by the way. Like I can put that on my CV, college dropout. That you hear that a lot, like in American pop culture, like, oh, college dropout. Yeah, that's me. I'm
You
one of
do.
those.
It'll always be like, this person was a billionaire by 21. They dropped out of college.
Yeah,
And it's like,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been like studying, and this is around the time I was like, man, I had sort of lost, because when I picked nerd school or IT school, I was like, I'm gonna be computer man, I'm gonna be programmer, I'm gonna do I love computers, I know how to do everything with computers. And then gradually more and more, it's like, I like playing games on computers. I don't know if I want to be fucking programming shit. I don't know if this is that good actually. But I felt stuck. Like, that's what I was doing in school. So I was continuing doing that stuff. And then in that other course, I had to learn like economics and stuff. And I was so done with it. And then at some point I learned like programming in Java and the like. And it's like, well, I got the basics, but it's like, this is just not working. So I just stopped. And then when I just didn't know what to do anymore, I was like, well, I want to study, but I'm going to study stuff I like instead. So I went in to do a lot more creative writing and character design and like basically more creative stuff in general. And that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was super fun. I looked forward to going to like those classes and stuff.
I think that's the thing. It's
work
just,
on cool projects.
I don't think schools are very good at, or they weren't when I went to school, but they're not very good at recognizing different ways of learning, and the fact that people don't. It's very difficult to learn things that you don't have an interest in. It doesn't mean that you're a dumb. It just means that, like, I dropped out of 2 A levels, both of them English, because I couldn't bring myself to read a book I didn't want to read.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm gonna drop out. I'm not reading this.
Yeah.
I'm not academic, but oh, thank you, Mila. But yeah, I just couldn't concentrate on it because it wasn't interesting to me.
Yeah. It's a huge part of that. I mean, part of the reason my I guess high school, my first high school attempt, went so horrifically was that it was like one of their first attempts ever at doing like distance-based learning, because it wasn't actually in my city where it was like in a city kind of far away, but they were like, oh yeah, we'll do it like distance-based. And my friend basically sold it to me. He's like, easy peasy. That means you can just sit at home and play a game most of the time. You don't have to go to school. It's great. You just do some your homework. And it's like, yeah, okay, sounds good. But I was still unsure. But I was like, yeah, okay, let's go for that. But they did not know how to have distance-based learning at all. Like, it was basically the onus was on us to like do all the reading ourselves. So like instead of like being there for a class that they like had the same thing. They had like, okay, we are teaching today this subject, programming B or whatever. And so they had a class in school, and then they just uploaded like the PDF of what they went through. So then told distance people, yeah, read this. This is what we went through today. And like, that's not learning. That's just throwing material at people. You're not actually getting taught anything. And I remember at one point, I was meant to draw a flowchart of how a program I was going to program was supposed to work, right? So I drew up a flowchart for how a simple blackjack program was going to work. Like, okay, well, the program checks this, and then randomizes from this. If it's over 21, you lose. If it's under, you get the option to if it's split, you split. And like a big complicated flowchart with if and then and like statements and choices and the like. And so I sent it to the teacher, and then like no response for 2 days. And then I got a response saying, "What is this?" And that's it. That's all I got. And I responded, "This is the flowchart I was supposed to do," and I didn't get a response. And I was like, "Fuck this! How is this person supposed to teach me? Like what?" And so I just like completely quit. So next time I went to actually learn something, I went in, because it was like I decided to like go to a close university, and I had a really good time. But it's not necessarily. It's hard to like pivot a creative writing course into like a go-to job. Like, I'm gonna go to my writing job today and go write. It doesn't work like that, like it's a lot more freeform. But like gradually I then started gathering up enough points to getting close to getting a bachelor's degree. But like before that sort of finished, I kind of slipped on a banana peel and ended up becoming a Yogscast content creator. So that's now my job instead.
Oh no. I didn't realize it had gone so badly, but
yeah, like I was promising, but now I'm down here.
He had this bright future, and
then
it became
and now it's YouTube.
Became Yogscast.
Oh no, I've become a Yogscast.
It's like a supervillain origin story now.
Basically. Yeah. I mean, I feel the same thing about you every now and then. You are like this amazing talent in Hollywood, just leading to be like the chief of DP for like Avatar 7 or something. But then now you're giggling about bunnies online. What's that? Like that's where did your life go wrong, Briony?
So welcome everyone to this train.
Yeah, she's given up her career for you. Best be thankful, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, and this is the thing. Some Raylan's been chat is saying like, your education sometimes means jack shit, because a lot of people have a master's in stuff and end up doing the way like. Daltos has like a master's in physical exercise and stuff, and like a degree in history. What's he do? He doxes himself and sits in a tank top on Twitch. Like that's what
can't
he
even
does
make his bed.
I know. It's amazing how so much emphasis and effort is put on. Oh, you gotta learn this and get yourself a proper education, and you get into like insane debts. Like, thankfully I live in Sweden, so it's not quite as bad. We have like literally free education, so thank God for that. But even then, obviously, while I was studying, I took out student loans so I could live while I was studying because I couldn't work. So I had to take loans out. And I'm still paying those back. That was ages ago. I can't even imagine what it's like for people in the US, which with like student debt going up to like $100,000 and stuff. It's insanity, you know? And then what are they doing? Nothing. Or like, oh, I'm working as a waiter. And that's not specifically adults. It's like millions of people who have put in a lot of time to study and got themselves a degree, and then they've got nothing. Like they're just working a random job that doesn't make use of their skills and knowledges at all. It's insane, man. It's insane.
Zorad says this is giving them anxiety because they're struggling on a uni course at the moment. But if anything, it should make you feel positive because I really struggled at uni. I hated every day of it. Every day I would be like, I'm going to quit today. And then I'd be like, well, I got through another day. I'll quit tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I turned out fine, right? Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm doing great.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing. Like, when I dropped out, I had my world crashed down around me because I always thought I was very smart. Because I had always been told I was very smart, and I had always done really well in school. It was effortless. Not effortless, but like it was always very easy for me. I could always easily do well in school in basically every subject, and I kept going, and then I ran into stuff that was hard and that I really lacked motivation for, and I got I failed on a big test, and I just felt incredibly overwhelmed, and I was like, okay, everything is falling to pieces. My life is ruined, I thought I had a path to what my life would be, and now it's broken and I'm never gonna be fixed, and it's insane that that's the sort of expectations that is sort of put onto, and I don't really blame any particular person for telling me that. It's just sort of how it became, right? But yeah, I just sort of man, that was rough, and then took a couple of deep breaths and all right, let's accept the situation where it is and go on from here, basically.
It feels very big at the time. Same with I remember I got so stressed during my GCSEs that I was literally I had to get taken out of school because I was throwing up every week out of just pure anxiety.
Yeah, Jesus.
And but now I can't even remember what results I got. I'm just like, man, who knows?
Yeah.
Who cares anymore? But it feels so big at the time. But
it really feels like it's your life on the line, and if you fail, you are homeless forever, and if you succeed, you have a proper life. But it's not like that at all.
There are so many
different ways to take everywhere. In the end, the crazy thing is you put so much effort on it, and sometimes it doesn't even matter at all, even if you do well. Do. Yeah, that was coming. But that's not easy to believe when you hear that at the time. But it really doesn't mean that much. Like if you do well.
If you do well. It means you're eating well. Yes. Wise words.
That's great. But if you don't worry. This system itself is set up to give multiple chances for things. One of the crazy things for me, right, was this is something I hadn't really thought of, which is so weird that I didn't, was when I failed that big test, I was like, oh God, what do I do now? I failed. And they were like, well, you just take it again later. I was like, oh. Yeah, I guess, yeah. And I did, and I passed it then, And it was just crazy to me at the time, because I was like, this is it. I failed. It's gone. But no, the system is designed around that. That, you can ultimately eventually fail an entire class, of course, if you don't do enough or if you just don't succeed in a regard. But there are versions. You can retake the class or do a different class or make your way for it. You can never at some point screw yourself over so bad that there's no path forward. There will always be different things you can do, you know? And also the thing is, a lot of people seem to think there's a time limit, right? Like you have to get everything done before the age of 20, because that's 20, you need to go to university, and the university needs to be done before 23, because at 25 you need to have a job, and you need to have met a person and have a kid before 31, and then at 31 it's like, no, bro, like
There was a guy I went to uni with, and he was in his 50s. He was like 53, and he was so happy to be there because he wasn't just there because he was like, well, better go to uni then. He was like, it's taken me this long. I've had a job, and now I've realized this is what I want to do. And he was like so like happy to be learning. He was like the best student because he actually had the passion for it.
Yeah,
sort
exactly.
of thing. Yeah,
I've had the same thing all the time. When I in my the first courses I did, it was like whatever. Like it was mostly people my age who was all stressing and doing the same thing I was doing. And then when I just decided to like take these piecemeal courses of like, I'm gonna take that creative writing, I ran into people of all ages and genders and everyone just like, hi, yeah, I'm here because I think this is interesting and this is what I want to learn. And you could tell everyone was like paying attention, well, most everyone at least was like paying attention and learning and putting effort in, because they didn't just like, oh, I gotta do this to fit into my 3-year plan. It was more like, I'm doing this because this is what I'm interested in learning. I say all the time that school should be for adults because when you're a kid, you don't want to learn. That's the most boring thing. But man, imagine these days if you got to just learn new stuff every day without having to like work. that would be great. I would love it if like I could somehow like spend my entire time without having to like pay, like take out loans to be able to live or whatever. Just like finding a new subject that is interesting and starting to learn about it. I would legit be super into if someone's like, all right, we're gonna take a year to learn about Roman history. I am in. I will take a year and I will learn. I will study emperors. I will learn about troop movements. I will learn about politics. Like, that sounds fun.
That's the thing, like, I wish I had the same passion when I went to school as I do now at 2 a.m. reading about serial killers.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I would be lapping that stuff up, just like, oh my gosh, and then how did they get found out?
Exactly, But if I was like 16 or 14 and someone, all right, once a week we're learning Roman history, I'd have been like, no, how is this gonna help me in the future? And it's like, no, bro, like learning for learning's sake is great, but that is something I think that comes later. It's sort
really
of reversed, and I understand. Obviously, you have to learn things when you're young so that you have a knowledge base to build your life upon. Sure, I get that. But still, I really feel like kids don't want to learn while adults do. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's true. Chewie says also at school you have to put up with other kids. Other kids are the worst part about school.
True.
And it's not their fault.
Hell is other
it's
people,
like,
you know?
Yeah, like some kids, I look back and I think they can't have been happy to be how they were to other people. They can't have been happy, so I do feel for them.
Yeah.
And
but then
it's
some
like,
people are just
I'm
assholes,
so
like, you know. I guess
I'm so scared because my niece is going to big school this year, and I'm like, no. My parents are saying, like, do you have any advice for her, because she's so sweet. They're really scared that she's just not going to be able to like stand up for herself. It's going to be a big change of school for her, sort of thing. And I was just like, the only thing I can really say is like, this too shall pass. Like, she might have a bad time, but she'll get through it, and
horrible.
She'll get the other side of it. She'll be okay.
Like, school can really be horrible for some kids, you know, like.
And it really depends on your year.
Like,
my sister had a really nice year, but my brother's year was a bit rough, I think. A bit of a, I don't know. You just get like slightly different vibes to different years. Like, Ted, I know you were in my brother's year, but shush. He was one of the roughest kids out there, I tell you.
Oh, damn. It was horrible.
Just comes back into my chat now to bully me every now and then. My year was all right, but to be honest, I was just a nerdy kid who hung out in the library, so I don't really know what they were up to most of the time. They could have been ruffians.
Yeah.
It's like occasionally you'd hear the like fight, fight, and everyone would go running, and I'd just be sat there with a book, just like
no, thank you. I'd like to continue reading. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had a pretty decent time in school mostly, and I had this thing where I managed to sort of fluctuate between the mega nerdy kids and the not so nerdy kids. Like I was pretty good friends even with like the quote unquote jocks or whatever you want to call them. We're not always like mega close, but I remember like literally hanging out in their homes at times and like sitting around and chatting with them and things, even though I think I was mostly closer to like the nerdy kids in general. So I had that sort of I managed to sort of not just be in one clique, so I was sort of moving in between, and that worked out really well for me. I think I was mostly friendly with a lot of people. I don't remember when it happened, because I used to be a very shy kid. Like, I never used to talk to like anyone, and I always just stuck with my group. And then, like, it's like it was overnight. All of a sudden, I was super open with everyone. I don't even know what happened and what did it. Like, I can't even pinpoint the exact time, but I just remember at some point I went from being shy kid to just not shy at all anymore. And that, I think, was a huge help in general, because the easiest way to, like, not have people, like, dislike you is to get to know them, you know? And I think that was the key for me at the time. I just, like, started talking to a lot more people. I was hardly, like, the most popular by any means, but, like, I did pretty well in general.
I think I'm pretty sure that no one was that bad to me in school, because this is just pure speculation, but I think because I've always been so giggly, I think 90% of people thought that I was dealing weed. So they thought they better be nice to me just in case.
Just in case they could get
I've never done it, never was, but you know, I think they just got that vibe, because it was on those things that people would be like, yeah, you do, and I was like, no, I really don't, and they'd be like, yeah,
I get it. Of course you don't.
Like,
wink,
okay,
you know.
So I thought, if I'm nice to her, one day she'll let me into this like super secret circle she's got.
Yeah.
I know, I just laugh at everything.
Just a giggly person, sorry, that's it.
Yeah, she's like, wow, she must be so exclusive with who she lets in.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
It's almost an hour.
Oh my god.
Of us
52
chit-chatting.
minutes. Yeah. But I love these chit chats though. They're like half the part of what's fun. But maybe we should play, actually. Maybe you do have a point. Maybe we should get some playing. I think we've...
You just talk for 2.5 more hours.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
But yeah.
I think we mostly finished up what we talking about general. We've gone all over the place, really, but yeah. Long story short, for your niece, there's no silver bullet that's automatically gonna make it great for her. She will need to sort of learn to stand up herself. I try to find friends if she can, right? Like, so should she? Because maybe she can find some friends that can stand up for her if you're worried that she won't be able to do it herself. Maybe. I
only realized this the other day, but I was very lucky when I went to school, because first off, half of my primary school went to my school, so I knew them. But also because I'd gone on school trips with kids from my dad's school, I knew all of those as well, so I knew like twice as many people as anyone else going like on my first day of school. So I was very blessed in that way, whereas I think only 3 or 4 other people from her school are going to that one, so she won't know anyone, and I'm so worried.
Oh, no. She might be totally fine.
A phone that just has my number in it, and it's going to be like, call me if anything happens.
Probably if there's anything.
I'll beat kids up for you. I'll stand there and look tall and threatening.
Yeah.
And she can just leer behind me
crack
like,
crack your knuckles. Nah, it should be fine. I think you can, I don't know. I think maybe don't worry until it's time to worry, you know? She might be totally fine.
Just to clarify, I wouldn't beat up a child.
I would. If someone beat up like my my little cousin, I would. I don't know if that's legal, but I am a vengeful cousin, and yeah, it's dangerous. All right, should we play a game?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I've forgotten where we were.
We have to shift gears in our brain.
Oh, so we've gone back. We're still in the middle of the trial, aren't we? But we've gone back to check something. Is that it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. We something was revealed, and we're having the police investigate it or something.
Yeah. What murder is this?
It was the soap and the coin and the poison.
Oh, the soap, yeah, and he's not actually dead.
Yeah. So he's not actually dead. So we're a bit unsure why we're doing this. I guess it's attempted murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've figured out a way to something. 22nd February, 1:11 p.m., Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Phew, we made it back in one piece. Just. To be perfectly honest, I thought we were finished there for a while.
Oh, I know. What a lot of close shaves. There are so many carriages on the streets of London. You were very nearly flattened several times.
Oh dear. Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
Yes, I know.
Giggle, giggle.
It was a marvellous defence, Naruhodo-san. It really was. I was in awe of you.
Oh, thank you.
And now that your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation time.
Oh yeah, it's an investigation, so it's your time to control.
Oh yeah. Let's see if we can't find out some new clues for court tomorrow. Oh, I can't click.
Oh.
Do you need to give me permission?
Yes, I do. Here we go.
This is true, actually. Kirsty's still in Hertfordshire, so I'll send Kirsty around. She's very threatening.
Yeah. There we go. that works. Yes, let's do that.
Is everything all right?
I suppose I still can't quite believe it. That's all. But I'm here in England, working as a lawyer, I mean. The Old Bailey, no less. The truth is, it shouldn't be me, should it? It should be him standing in my shoes.
But he's on holiday.
It should be Kazuma.
Does Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him?
Yes, I mean, I never had a chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him.
And you're doing wonderfully, Naruhodo-san. I've no doubt that Kazuma-sama would say exactly the same if he were here with us.
Thank you, Susato-san. Thank you.
Why is all of their stuff emptied out? Why is it so empty in here?
Yeah, like, didn't they set up an office here? Like,
oh, wait, would this have been before?
Is this before we set up the official office?
I guess so, yeah.
Because this case happened, like, right after the first... I don't know.
So...
Perhaps we should review what happened in court today and decide how to proceed with our investigations. Okay.
Oh.
It was quite a shock earlier today, wasn't it? When the victim himself turned up in court and took the stand. Yeah.
It's quite shocking in a murder trial, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. And I bring to the court, the victim! Oh, wait, what? Not only that, but then finding out that he's actually a barefaced gas thief as well. With his special water coins.
Yes, that was certainly a surprise to us all. For a while, it seemed as though everyone had quite forgotten about Suzeki-san poisoning the tea.
Careful of your phrasing, Susato-san. He didn't poison anything. And there's more to this Mr. Shamspear than we yet know, I'm sure of it. Mr. Shamspear.
Mr. Shamspear certainly wasn't the noble, upstanding man everyone thought he was at first.
What's from him, actually? To be fair, if you're poor, fuck it. You need light and warmth. Steal all the gas you can. Like, there's a difference, I think. If you steal food because you're starving, or like steal light and warmth, yeah, that's fine. That should be a right, you know?
Yeah, stealing for need, not want sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Even stuff like
stealing the nearby McDonald's Wi-Fi. Yeah, internet should be a right too. Like it is, I think, should be considered a right for people now, because so much of society now is online. So that should be a human right at this point.
I was told that he'd be returning to the hospital ward where he was receiving treatment.
Oh, which one is that? Her amazing book.
Let me see. Ah, yes, he's at St. Bartholomew's, or Bart's, as Londoners call it.
Bart's. We know that place, don't we? Isn't that where Mr. Holmes was? Oh, Mrs. Green as well, yeah.
We visited Miss Green there yesterday. It's the same hospital to which she was taken.
Ah, yes. After Suseki-san stabbed her in the back. Watch your phrasing, Ryunosuke. Yeah, there we go.
Do be careful of your phrasing, Naruhodo-san. He didn't stab anyone.
Perhaps we both owe Suseki-san an apology. He didn't hear it. It's fine. St. Bartholomew's. Yeah, we should probably visit the hospital later.
Been asked to do a quick summary of the case.
Okay.
Basically, so there's two men who live in an apartment above and below each other. One of them went round to visit them. They had tea. Then the next day, one of them was found dead. But it turns out he wasn't dead. He woke up, and it turned out he'd been stealing gas. And
yes.
He'd been using frozen watered coins to pretend that they were real coins.
Yeah. So they.
And that's about as far as we got in all that time.
Pretty much. There was a lot of side story about them dressing up as Romeo and Juliet to wrestle to see who was stronger. So there was a little bit of that. And there was also a lot about the mechanics of stealing gas, because they have this weird little machine that you put coins into to get, like, on the meter to get gas. And
yeah.
he faked coins out of water.
Do you still have it? This thing?
Yeah. And then you use the soap to make a little bit of ice coin, and it's a whole thing. Yeah. So, we know that Sasaki-san took tea to the victim on the night in question. But as he isn't the culprit, then obviously...
Yes, the poison surely wasn't in the tea.
But if that's the case, how on earth did the poison get into Mr. Shamspeare's body? Maybe it's like contact poison? So something happened with his tea coin thing? Because it was like outside on the windowsill?
Yeah. I'm sure we'll find a clue at the scene. There must be something in Mr. Shamspeare's room that will help solve the mystery.
Well, naturally Scotland Yard detectives have been over the place already. But it couldn't hurt for us to have another look around, I think.
Definitely. And I'm desperate to know the outcome of the investigation into the tea left in the bar of soap. Oh yes. Yeah, because one of them was tea, wasn't it? It wasn't...
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. They were going to go test that for poison, because that was the... Okay.
Well, if we're into Inspector Gregson, we could ask about that.
Oh, slight side note, but I just remembered I found out about this Swedish thing that looks absolutely delicious. I can't remember what it's called, but you have it on like ass day or something. The day of the big ass or something? I can't remember what it's called. It's something like that. And it's these buns that are filled with like almond paste and they look really nice.
Ass day? What? The day of the big ass? What are you talking about? Yes.
Semla.
Yeah, Semla, yes. Yeah. I know what that
What's the day that you have it on?
Fettisdagen, Fat Tuesday.
Oh,
It's nothing to do with ass. I don't know where that came from. The big ass day. What? No, it's just
That's
Fat Tuesday.
How it was sold to me, as it being some sort of ass day.
It's not an ass day. Not as far as I've ever heard, at least. It's just Fat Tuesday, Fettisdagen or Fettisdagen. Yeah, and you have a Semla.
They just look really nice.
A lot of people love them. I am not huge into whipped cream in general, and without the whipped cream, it's kind of dry, so I don't have them a lot. But yeah, a lot of people think they are one of the best things ever.
I love marzipan. I love almond things. So if ever I go to Sweden, I go on that day.
Absolutely.
Wait, did you say it's
Wow.
called like Fetist Day?
Yeah. As in,
That must be someone must have been making a joke about it being Fat Ass Day. That must be
maybe
what it
that's
was.
probably, yeah.
And
That's
I
probably
just
it.
went along with it like, who
Oh,
am I
yeah,
to
big ass
judge
day.
Swedish culture?
The day of the ass. Classic Swedish culture, yeah. Like, I have no questions about this. That seems fine. I'm sure everything makes sense. Kazim Azogi, the best friend I ever had, and a lawyer with such promise. It's a shame he threw it all away for a holiday in Florida. He really saved my bacon in that horrible incident just before he left Japan.
Aw.
I can still picture him now, looking so fierce and determined in court. And then after the trial, that crazy idea he came up with. To bring me with him as a stowaway?
Yes, you can fit inside my trunk if you curl up small enough, I'm sure. No one will know.
I love how his hairband is always flickering in the wind, no matter where he is.
Yeah.
It makes no sense, but it's cool. Kazuma, won't you tell me why? Why go to these lengths so I can accompany you to Great Britain?
Well, it's been on my mind ever since we got through that trial that you really ought to go into law. Be a defense lawyer. You've got a natural talent for it. Believe me, I guarantee it.
But I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer.
Well, I can't force you, obviously. You'll have to decide for yourself. But anyway, London is the cultural capital of the world, the city at the forefront of everything. It can't hurt for you to see it with your own eyes.
No, that's true.
I suppose, though. If you were to become a lawyer, then one day...
One day what?
Oh, no. Never mind.
Hmm?
Naruhodo-san?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about Kazuma.
Yes, he's forever in my thoughts too. To change the Japanese judicial system for the better. That was his dream. And that's why he so desperately wanted to come to Great Britain to study, of course.
Yes, that's right. But
Yes?
I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. I don't know. The thought just takes hold of me every now and then. That's all.
Naruhodo-san, what do you mean by Kazuma-sama's true intentions?
Oh god! Just like up with the sword. I mean this.
His katana?
I never expected to inherit this sword after Kazuma went on holiday, of course.
No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it.
When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage.
Yes.
Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little about the sword.
Before he what?
I mean, went on holiday. Slip of the tongue. Sorry. Karuma. Or Karuma, possibly. I have no idea.
That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Runosuke. I can't be parted from my katana.
Except when I go on holiday.
Except when I go on holiday. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that.
So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling.
On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain.
Something you have to do?
Yes. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see you through to the end with you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. What did he mean by something very important that I have to do?
I had hoped that the answer to that question would become apparent when we arrived here, but as yet, I've not found a single clue.
I see.
Okay.
There we go.
So, hospital then, I guess? I mean, we can maybe try to look around, but I don't think there's anything particular interesting in this room.
I think Alex has set him off with the giggles. Did you want to go to the room?
Yeah, well, that's where she indicated that we were supposed to go, right?
Yeah.
22nd February. Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Ground floor. It is Gregson. Oh, hello again, Inspector Gregson.
What are you doing here?
Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually.
The lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I am sure you're aware. Yeah, I know the school.
Oh, yes, one other thing. There's soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it? With the tea in it?
Yeah, we found it all right. And there was a small amount of tea in it, as you said.
I knew it.
It's with the identification section at the yard now. They're looking into it. The results should be available
Should be
later
able to be
today.
available.
That's wonderful news. Thank you. Pretty impressive performance in court this morning.
Sorry?
Nothing. Forget it. Just make sure you don't disturb anything in here.
Dum, 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 dum. Alright. What have we not
Okay.
seen before?
So it turns out that Mr. Shamspeare wasn't eating the soap at all.
That's right. The mystery of why he had it on a plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved.
Yes, to prize his latest ice coin out of its mould.
There
And in the
are too many
process-
words that are like prize. There's prize, and then there's prize, and then there's prize. Now those were all 3 different words I just said, and they sounded exactly the same. Goddamn English, man.
Tea. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two.
It certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce.
Oh?
Ah, the ill-fated teacups from which the 2 men drank on the ill-fated night.
During their heated literary debate, yes.
Who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? Sounds like it was quite a discussion.
Now I think of it, I'm sure that the 2 lovers in the play ended their lives with poison.
That's fiction, Mrs. Sato. Let's hope it stays that way.
I mean, Romeo did. Juliet stabbed herself.
Yeah.
didn't she?
Oh, happy dagger! Ugh, you know. Yeah. Sun never shines in this room thanks to that depressing bricked-up window.
Yeah. With enough determination, you can always remove the bricks to set some soap outside, can't you?
That sounds like a very wise life lesson, Mrs. Sato. When you have enough determination, you can remove the bricks and place some soap.
Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay. Oh, that looks suspicious.
Yeah, but might just be something not so suspicious. If you ran out of change, you wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh.
That's true. But if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change.
True. London's winters can be very harsh for the forgetful too, then. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Susato-san and I are going to make it to spring. Oh,
Oh
God.
no. That's true. We don't even have a meter at Baker Street, let alone a gas stove.
Look how dark the stain on the floor is underneath the meter there. That's not just water anymore, surely.
I guess that would be also tea? Had he not used the tea ones yet?
Because just water wouldn't... Would it really discolor the woods that much?
Guess it depends how long it had been
Yeah,
doing for.
I suppose.
Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice coins melted, as you established in court this morning.
It's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it?
Mr. Shamsford must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose.
It was an ingenious deed. I'll give him that. Is there really nothing else to...
Oh.
Lamp, I guess. This is a gas wall light, isn't it? It must be connected to a gas pipe in the wall.
Gas lights, a gas stove. London really is a city of gas.
But now that I think about it, Mr. and Mrs. Karadeb had an open fire on the top floor, didn't they? Hence the fire that broke out.
Oh yes, you're right. I don't recall seeing a gas stove up there.
Well, I much prefer a real fire anyway. It's much cozier. I mean, agreed. Real fire is pretty cozy. Man, I feel like we've investigated pretty much everything that is Inspector Gregson.
Are you looking for new clues, Inspector? Oh, sorry. Oh, Lord. On Lord Van Sieg's orders, yeah. Don't come back till you've got something for me, he says. Tisk.
Tisk, tisk.
Oh dear, poor you. Yeah, poor me, because we've already searched every bleeding nook and cranny in this place. I don't know what he expects, to be honest. Thank goodness for warm chips is all I can say.
Well, at least he's honest.
Okay. Oh wait,
Oh, there is a second. I wonder if there's anything. No. It's something.
this is some sort of makeshift stage, I think, isn't it?
Where does the audience sit, though, for the nightly Shakespeare performances?
Actors aspiring to the great stage must practice their art, Mr. Naruhodo, with or without an audience. In fact, on a related note, perhaps you should set up a mock bench for the defence in your office.
What?
Then you could practice your art every single day.
I'll think about it. If you promise to don a beard and play the role of the judge.
Well, if that would help you achieve your goal.
This I have to see. Me too. There's something that flickered in the middle there. Wasn't it? No? No, mate. No, I'm making things up, I guess. Man, what are we missing? Maybe that's not... Maybe it's just talking with Gregson and not examining anymore.
Oh,
Okay.
there's not much on these shelves, is there? Just this wine glass and bottle. And both of them are cracked.
Yes, not much use, are they? What's the matter?
Oh, I was just reminded of the Reaper, that's all.
Prosecutor Lord Van Zieks?
Yes, he's so reckless with his wine glasses. I was thinking it's a waste and that he should donate some to the needy.
Yes, he should. You can suggest it next time we meet.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's
I think we've investigated except
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we just talk to Gregson then.
No,
we
it's
can't even
grayed out.
We examine
Does
him?
it say anything on?
No. What happens if we examine him?
We
Is it
talked
just the
to
same thing
him
as
and-
before? I think we did that before, but yeah, it's just okay. I guess we're going
Hmm.
to the hospital?
Maybe that's the room they meant.
Yeah. Because they did talk about the room where Mrs. Green was, so... Don't think we visited this place for some time. Yes, so maybe let's go.
Oh.
Ah, little rattle. 22nd February, St. Bartholomew's Hospital, Recovery Ward.
What do you suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance.
Yes, I hear angry voices. Oh,
Oh,
it's William. Be not angry, O ample lady. Verily, thou art mistaken.
this was you before, but do you
Oh, it
want
was?
to be...
Okay.
Do you want to do her
Yeah.
again, or?
I always want to do her again. No, you go ahead and voice her this time, I think.
Mistaken, my foot. You were looking at my painting.
The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. 'Twas foul indeed, the poison that mustached villain gaveth me. Forgive me, lady.
I wish that you'd died from that poison.
Wow. God have mercy, ample lady, but thou seest I have vigour still. Behold my Shakespeare dance! Oh my god.
It's wonderful. This looks rather ominous, doesn't it?
Ah, lo, 'tis the lawyer from the land whence riseth the sun. How now? What are you doing here, Mr. Shakespeare? Marry, I do believe I am returned unto another ward.
He was looking. That's what he was doing. Looking at my terrible work.
Eastern fellow, so dark eclad. Eclad?
He clad.
I guess that's like a... Yeah, you could just say clad, surely.
Yeah.
I take it as like a becladdened, or whatever, but yeah. Faith, thy work in court this morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee. Oh, well, thank you. But that doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it? Oh, he straightened it out. Anon exunt. I like voicing him. Mrs. Shamsper might technically be the victim in this case. But there's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down.
I'm so sorry. I'm such an awful person.
Ah, Miss Green. Is everything alright?
Oh, yes. I mean, don't worry about me. They're about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now.
Oh, I see.
We're delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green. Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. Aww.
Converse with her. I guess we can examine her? So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green?
I am. Thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, don't they? Even people like me.
Well, yes. It really was an ordeal, wasn't it?
As far as I was concerned, I was just walking along in the snow one evening, minding my own business, and then completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife and collapsed unconscious for days. Of course, when I finally woke up again yesterday, the old business had been cleared up already. What a terrible week it's been for you. Oh no, I'm sure I'm very lucky, really. I'll look back on this fondly.
Well, I don't know about fondly, but really.
Anyway, I must be getting my things together now, so I'm ready to be discharged.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry to take up your time when you're obviously busy.
She's just staring at the wall.
Yeah.
Why
I feel a beginning of a headache coming on, so I'm gonna go grab some paracetamol real quick.
Oh, nice, enjoy. Wait, it's not nice.
Oh, nice.
It's the
That's
opposite
nice.
of that.
Yeah.
How nice for you.
How nice. Yeah. So BRB real quick.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So for anyone who didn't see the ones before, Olive Green was she was stabbed in the back by a knife falling out of a window that had been thrown by the person who is now being accused of this murder's landlord's wife. Did that make any sense? She got a knife in the back and then rolled across the street by a cop. She did. It was not a good night. It was not a good night indeed. So yeah, the same guy who was accused of poisoning the tea was accused of her murder because she was walking down the road in front of that guy, but it turned out that it was actually his landlord's wife threw a knife at the landlord and it went out the window and stabbed her in the back. So this is the second murder he's been accused of, which he didn't do. But he's not having a good week either. Everyone's having quite a bad week in this specific area of London, it would seem. But yeah. But she doesn't seem to... I would have thought maybe they would have bonded over that. Like, oh, you've been murdered by the same person as me. But no. It seems like they've not. Look how squishy the bunnies look. Squishy babies. Fiona just seems to have taken a liking to be up there. Like, for a while she was sleeping on top of the chest every day, but now she just seems to like being on top of the castle. She looks a really funny shape when she's up there from this angle. A little lumpy bun. So squidgy. How does she get up there? She just jumps up from the bridge. She either jumps up from the bridge or from the wooden chest next to it. Has to oversee her domain. She does. Yes.
I am back.
Hello.
Hello.
If you want to
I overheard you saying that. Okay. Hopefully that should cancel out the upcoming headache, so we should be fine. But if it's a stubborn one, I'll let you know and we can call it early.
Okay. What did you overhear?
I overheard you talking about that Olive and Shamspear should have started a bond. And yeah, I could see that. It's like, haha, imagine almost being killed by the same man. Yeah. but no, apparently they're
No.
I don't know why. See, that's why I wanted to talk to her more. Like, what's this big deal about looking at the painting and why is Mr. Shamspear here? Like, there's something to this, but who knows what.
That's why I thought we'd be able to inspect this, because it's obviously been, like, knocked over or something, but
no, not really. In fact, I feel like there's not a lot we can inspect. Can we inspect the rat? We already have, apparently.
Done it.
Can we inspect her bag? I really thought we'd find more stuff here, but I guess we've already checked most of everything.
Covered everything, yeah. I guess was this just to find out that they don't get along? Or something? I don't know.
Maybe, I suppose. Because we can't converse, right? And we've moved and... Well, yeah, that's it. We can't present anything, so... Alright.
Miss Green
So
is
where
able
to now?
leave now.
Maybe Mr. Shams's room? Maybe he's back now? Maybe he's home? Probably not. Nope. No? Okay.
No.
Prison? We can go talk to Natsume, maybe? Oh god, I have to do his voice again.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Natsume is back.
So he is. Mr. Natsume, hello. Hi. I am a cat. Sorry. I don't know who Mr. Natsume is, or Herlock Sholmes. I don't know anything about courts or trials or Old Baileys. I am a cat. That's what I am. Just a cat.
Mr. Naruhodo, he's trying to escape from reality.
Trying to. He already has. Completely. So, what is your name then? As yet, I have no name. He didn't get to think of his name yet.
Mr. Naruhodo, he hasn't fully thought out his new identity yet. Maybe it's not too late to bring him back to reality.
Do you think you could open your eyes for us, Mr. Natsume? It's weird animations. I am not a cat.
It worked. He's back in the real world.
What's going to become of me? No! Don't answer that! It's obvious! My accursed soul is never going to escape this accursed fate!
Mr. Natsume, no. This morning's proceedings in court prove that there's hope.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire was brilliant, but the Reaper is omnipresent in court, in my lodgings. Here, there, everywhere! What's he looking straight at me for? I think perhaps there's some things we should discuss. Oh, yes, we must. Okay, let's converse.
This morning's trial.
In my whole life, have I ever been so moved as I was today? No! Of course, if I cast my mind back, there were perhaps one or two occasions that moved me more. But if I just block those out, then today, being in that courtroom was... It was the most moving experience of my life, Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! You're too kind.
Scotland Yard found the remaining tea, just as we deduced, and they are analysing it as we speak.
There's nothing wrong with that tea. They won't find a drop of poison in it. That's a sworn Saseki certainty. Tell me, did you both drink the tea at the same time that night? Oh yes, most definitely. Remember, drink tea while it's hot. We both poured it down our throats like it was a hot bath for our bellies.
And at the time, you were both completely fine?
As shown by the fact that he and Mr. Shamspeare then engaged in the Romeo and Juliet match. I suppose the focus of tomorrow's proceedings will be how the poison was taken by the victim then. That rotten Shamspeare! What have I ever done to him? You don't recall him taking issue with you over anything that you've done recently? I've been holed up in my room, immersed in books. I don't recall anything at all. Right. But what I don't understand is why he didn't let me know sooner.
Let you know what, Mr. Natsume?
About the soap, of course. What else?
I could have saved so much money if I also did the soap trick.
Oh dear. Are you struggling with such a meager stipend?
Of course I am. If I had money. I wouldn't have chosen to live in a cursed existence in such a cursed lodgings. Oh yes, you said it's because the place is cursed that it's so cheap, didn't you? Exactly. Especially the room that I rent. The spirit of that capital offender who lived there still haunts the place and is trying to kill me. Capital offender? Might I ask, Lucum Student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, that the next time you visit me, you bring scores of super soft soaps. Was that it? Okay.
Why does... Okay. Okay.
So do we present something to him then? Present the soap?
Oh, maybe. Oh, no, wait, we...
Yeah, on the
If I
present.
just go into, like, court record...
Yeah. No, but there's a whole button for present.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Present.
Present. I have a present for you.
Mr. Natsume, what do you know about this?
Ah, there it is. That lathery lowlife that took my neighbor's life and sent me sliding to the depths of despair. Slippery, sickly, psychotic saboteur. You've really gone off soap, haven't you? In Elden Ring, you can craft soap as an item, right? And, like, obviously, soap is nice to be clean, but it actually has a function. If you've, like, been thrown down or ran through or rolled in, like, poison or scarlet rot or something, you can use soap to, like, wipe it off your clothes so it doesn't stay on you and increase the debuff.
Ah.
So it's actually nice.
Does it help you get maidens as well?
No, you remain maidenless for a long time. Feels bad, man, maidenless. Absolutely, and I've made up my mind. The next time someone gives me soap as a present, it's friendship finished firmly forever.
This reminded me of this time that my friend, I think I told you about this, but my friend gave me this really nice soap
Yeah.
for Christmas, and I messaged her being like, that soap you gave me is so nice, and she was like, I didn't give you soap. Have you been using a shampoo bar to wash your hands? And I was like, no. But it was really nice as soap.
Yeah.
My hands were really soft.
Yeah.
So just wash your hands in shampoo.
I've been told, like, if you need to bring one thing to clean your body and hair and everything with you, shampoo is the best one because shampoo has soap in it, you know? It has cleaning things.
Yeah.
That said, I don't use shampoo. I haven't used shampoo for a year because it is things your hair makes oils automatically. So like
Yeah.
to the thing, and when you soap that goes away. So then your hair starts feeling like it needs it. So you put in conditioners, and then it gets greasy, and then you get shampoo in it, and then it's a whole thing. So you can. I mean, it's different for different types of hair. I imagine if you are a person with the longest hair, then maybe that won't really work. But for someone with kind of short hair like me, even when it grows out a bit, just showering with water is fine in the long run. The first few weeks it was kind of weird, but then after a while, like the hair sort of adjusted. So I haven't used shampoo for a whole year. Pretty crazy, but pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like mine. I just tie it up when I shower and keep it out the way and try not to wash it any more than like once a week. Because otherwise, like you say, it doesn't get those oils. But now it'll be fine. It's probably fine for like 2 weeks, but I do it once a week anyway.
Yeah.
Once a year on my birthday. So it's quite clean at the moment.
So, Eric, how much do you use, like, a lot of product? Like 5 different things? Or is it just, like, the shampoo and conditioner or what?
Just shampoo and conditioner, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I use Faith in Nature. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite one because it smells really nice.
Yeah, that's good.
And I realize all the different like no flavors, scents, I guess.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have like, I never noticed before, but on them they have like for dry hair, for greasy hair, for something hair. And I've always just been like, I like the smell of this one, I use this
Yeah,
one. And I've
no
never
matter
actually
what, yeah.
paid attention to it. But I don't know how much difference there really is. But
Yeah, I don't know. I do think a lot of the beauty product business is a scam. Like a lot of it is
Yeah.
just overly expensive stuff with the most minor or negligible differences in general. Obviously, you need to be clean, right? But there's a lot of extra bullshit in all of that. So whatever works for you. I just decided, I was reading about the no shampoo way of dealing with your hair, and it's like, I'll try that, see how that works. And it worked really well. I honestly feel like after a few months my hair was better and healthier than it had ever been in a long time. Because when you
I think that's the thing.
because I
it's
used to
getting to that point.
shampoo and conditioner my hair like every 2-3 days, or sometimes more often, because I was like, well, hair needs to be clean. Burp, burp, and it's like, that's poor hair doesn't get any chance to handle itself, basically, because you strip away all the oils, and then your hair still feels like, oh, it needs some oils to make it smooth and nice. So you put in conditioner, and then it's too much oil, so then you clean it off, and then you need shampoo to clean it, and it's this vicious cycle, you know. So
But that's the thing, even with the shampoo and conditioner, I'll use them down to halfway and then I'll fill them back up with water. And then they still work just as well. Cause I think we do use a lot more than you actually need.
People always do, me included. Like, you really need just a tiniest bit, but you always do burp. Like, and obviously on the commercials they always show them taking a much bigger bit, because the more you use, the more you have to buy them, and the more money they make. So, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't read this, did I?
No, I don't think so.
Don't know that we can blame soap for everything that's happened, Mr. Natsume.
But shampoo,
Soap
we can
didn't
blame
stab
shampoo.
that woman.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not his.
I don't know if there's anything else to present to him. Maybe the teacups? Because there was no tea ring inside on his
Oh,
cup.
yeah, that's true.
See if he says something about it. No, he doesn't give a shit. Mr. Natsume, it's nothing much, but... it's been too long since I've been offered a present with that delightfully humble etiquette of our homeland. What? You're too kind. I accept it gladly. Sorry, but I wasn't trying to give it to you, actually. I don't know what else, if there's anything else here. We've presented, we've talked. We usually have a clue where to go. This is a lot more open.
I
Go say hi
wonder,
to Shomes.
yeah, if he'll be able to tell us something about the cups, if he's got some new invention or something that's gonna...
22nd February, Shomes' Suite.
Oh, Bruno and Susie! Hooray, you're back! Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see. I am, and you look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie. Oh, you flatter me. Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I've just made a pot of tea. I'll set some cups.
Really? Thanks, Iris. But actually, what is that foul smell? Let's Shomes up something. Aha! The Wanderers return at last. Where on earth have the pair of you been? We've been in court? Oh, from Mr. Mustache's case? That was today, wasn't it?
I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm sure you think you did. Well, we can laugh about it now. So tell me, how did the trial go? Reasonably well so far. We've managed to escape without a guilty verdict, at least. Really? I would have liked to see it. And I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper again. It's been too long. Is Lord Van Seeks an acquaintance, Mr. Shums? Naturally. There's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Mr. Naruhodo. Not quite what I asked, but still.
Mr. Shums, whatever is that odor?
Yes, what is it? It's faint, but absolutely awful. Ah, indeed. That is the scent of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science.
Oh dear.
All right. I'll bite. What's he up to now? Lord Barak Van Zeeks. Yes, it's an interesting sobriquet he has, isn't it? The Reaper of the Bailey. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. Even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts. Sooner or later, the hapless soul will vanish from the capital.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum. But vanish how exactly? By falling under a passing carriage or drowning in the Thames. Which should be pronounced Thames, by the way. Why is it Thames? It's Thames. If it was Thames, it should be T-H-E-M-S. English. Or succumbing to a sudden fever, or quite out of the blue being set upon by a highwayman.
I don't actually know why it's called the Thames.
There are numerous routes to one final terminus, my dear fellow. It all seems a little far-fetched, really. Well, on the bright side, Mr. Mustache is fighting fit. For the time being, at least. That's not overly reassuring.
Can I ask you something?
Absolutely.
I'm going to send you a word on Discord. You might
boy.
already know it, but can you tell
Okay.
me how you think it's pronounced?
What the fuck? I would say, seeing at it, I would say Colmondele.
No.
What is it
You're
pronounced?
going to be so angry.
Yeah, okay.
It's Chumley.
Fuck off! That is not correct. Whoever said that needs to look at what's written right there. How is that this? No! Chumley? There's like 50 more letters. You're not even mentioning. What the hell? Chumley. I'll post this
Chumley.
in my chat as well. This is apparently the word that is pronounced Chumley. Cholmondele is what it is. My god. What does it even mean? What is that word?
I think it's just a surname, isn't it? I don't know if it has
Okay.
does it have an actual meaning? I only know it because it's my it's my mum's nickname.
What?
We call her Chumley, but we actually spell it like how you would think Chumley would be spelled.
C-H-U-M-L-E-Y.
Oh, it's a place. It's a village.
Okay.
There you go. Chumley.
Cholmondele. Yeah. But I mean, there's already a couple of words like Leicester, which really should be Leicester, you know? Because that's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, Worcester, which is Worcester, apparently. And Worcestershire, or Worcestershire. Like, why do you hate all the letters? Why? How lazy can you be? If you write, either you change the way they're written, or you change the name that is spoken. It's just silly.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Oh, boy. Right, I read that already. That's an overly reassuring.
If the rumours are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted are, well, by Lord Van Seek's own hand.
As it happens, Mrs. Sato, that is quite impossible.
Oh? Why?
Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever these incidents occurred, the Reaper always had a cast iron alibi. Really?
I mean, when What's His Chops got burned in that thing, like
He was
we
right
found
there
out that
looking at it, wasn't he?
But we found out it wasn't him because it was. I swear we found out who it was. No, it wasn't Gina.
Was it Ashley? No. The signalman. Was it him?
Maybe.
Was set it on fire?
Maybe.
Ashley Gray or whatever it's Grayson?
It's where we definitely found out.
Eggs Benedict? Was it him that burned? Okay, it was, I guess. Geeky culture says it was. It was him. Yeah, okay. It was Geeky culture. No, it wasn't Geeky culture. It was actually Graydon who did it. He did the burn.
Oh, yes.
I've forgotten a lot of the details of exactly why that was.
Oh, because he killed his dad.
Yeah. Because that was Ashley's dad, thrice fired Mason. Yeah. Yeah. And so his reign continued, but 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is, until you arrived in the country, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into that trial at the Old Bailey. A bitter fight to the death coincided with the Reaper's resurrection. And it really did end bitterly indeed. Flash! Fire! No? Okay. And here you are, facing Mr. Reaper again.
Poor Runa. I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky or incredibly unlikable.
Aww. I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people. Probably because he is a racist fuckhead. Basically.
Just imagine Susato. Just because he's a hang on, get my book out, flick through. Here it is.
Yeah, perfect. So, what is that indescribably foul smell? Well, most probably this, I would say. What is that? My dear fellow, it is of course my latest invention. A chemical test that can identify whether or not a tea is genuine at the drop of some tea.
Oh. Oh my.
There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls along some of London's less frequented streets. They regularly sell what purports to be high-quality tea, but is in fact merely dyed leaves of drab flavor. Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior. So, when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris!
At the ready, Hurley.
Let us add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens? It turned completely black.
And what a foul odor it's giving off.
Indeed, the blacker the tea becomes and the more foul the odor, the better the tea is. It would appear that this cup was a particularly fine Darjeeling. That's very ingenious, but what do you do with that black liquid now? Why, dispose of it, naturally. Surely you wouldn't want to drink it, would you?
There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes.
Yeah. I wonder if this tea is good. It was good. Oh well, throwing it away. But if you pop it in, it's like, it was bad. And then you also have to throw it away. It's you throw it away either way. Hence why this chemical test is merely a test, my dear madam. Right. The point is, we are entering a new era of science. In the world of criminal investigation also.
Yes, forensic science. Oh, these are such exciting times.
I regularly engage in this scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consulting detective work. The Sherlock Sholmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative technique is based.
This little tea indicant was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research. Forensic science. I suppose I should find out more about that. With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese as well as Mr. Sato and myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. That racist bastard just kept being racist and looking at us in a very racist way. But somehow Kirsty still likes him, just because he's hot. It's really horrible, actually. It's a mark of her lack of character, I think.
What does this say about Kirsty? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. Everyone should judge Kirsty a lot for her like of Lord Van Seeks. For some reason, Lord Van Seeks seems to have an inherent racism against the Japanese. Indeed. It is an interesting observation.
Do you know something about it? Do you, Mr. Sholmes? Ravane said, I hear you're a racist now, Kirsty. Good for you. Which, for people, that's a Father Ted
Father
reference.
Ted
just
reference,
so before
yeah.
it gets taken out of context.
Yeah. Kirsty the Thirsty? Okay, that's pretty good, yeah. It was about 10 years ago that Barack Van Seeks chose to enter the legal profession. Only 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, isn't he only like 30?
To be honest, in this entire series, everyone is like 15 and are an immense prodigy and, you know, finish their lawyer examination by 15 and a half. And then they've spent ages in court in 2 years. And then they quit and are retired at 17. That's usually how it works.
32?
This is 10 years ago. Yeah.
Blimey.
He's actually, for Japanese video game in this series, he's on the old side, basically.
Yeah.
However, before that time,
he was a murderer.
the young man's closest companion hailed from the Empire of Japan.
Oh, is this going to be one of those origin stories?
Do you think it was Kazuma who was his friend?
Oh, maybe. And he broke his heart.
Yeah.
No.
What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes. And then, when Kazuma died, he blamed all of Japan. And that's why he's a racist. Because if... That's usually how they do. Oh, this villain murders people. Yes. But when he was a child, and a man bullied him. So really, that man is at fault for all the murders. It's like, that happens so often. Like, they put a slight tragic backstory, and now it's all fine for all the bad stuff he's done. What happened? I believe I've made it clear before. I am unable to tell you anything about the affair.
Oh, but...
The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I have no doubt.
Okay.
For now, however, it is Mr. Mustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe. So, your T-test, is that an example of forensic science? Indeed it is. An essential tool in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high or inferior quality. Yes, some of those cases, yes. Not a huge number of cases, then. Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints. Not yet accepted in our courts as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels there. I hadn't even heard of them until recently. Which is partly why I undertake research in this field myself, of course.
Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes?
There are others in that field already, and I abhor the company of inferior minds. No, what I am researching is skin prints. Whoa. What the hell?
Skin prints? A nomenclature of my own design. Is this chemical agent that makes it possible. It instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation.
Oh.
Okay.
Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes.
As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed. Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues.
Okay. That's the spirit, Bruno. See you later.
Yes, until later. No, Mr. Sholmes, we were thinking you'd come with us. You were? Yes, of course. You said so just a moment ago. You said we'd witness your forensic talents in action. Ah, yes, I do recall saying something along those lines. But you go on ahead. I shall be sure to follow you later, in all likelihood. Probably. Maybe. Well, I might. Your commitment astounds me.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We'll eagerly await your arrival. Bye-bye, Bruno. Bye-bye, Susie.
Bye, Iris. I really like Iris. I think it could be, like, it's easy to make, like, super child smart prodigies come across as too twee or too arrogant or just annoying, but she's just really nice and cute. Even though it is ridiculous how smart she is at everything. Oh, he's already there. He is quick. Mr. Okay. My poor controller fell down on the ground.
Oh, no.
Mr. Sholmes, what are you up to over there? I think it was literally like the vibration in the game. I'm gonna unplug it just to be safe. What a question indeed! Was it not your good self who asked me to attend the scene?
Oi, what are you doing here, Sholmes?
What are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, once a great detective, one is always under scrutiny, it seems.
Is now the time, Mr. Sholmes? Are you about to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised?
With the greatest of pleasure, my dear madam. It's forensic time. What's all this? All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Herlock Sholmes' sensational skin print seeker gun! Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim. A sample from Mr. Shamspeare's cup. Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everyone... No, each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches.
But surely if you're firing that in his room, everything's gonna go stinky.
Yes, everything's gonna become black and odorful. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this, a refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Here, try them on.
Ooh.
There, now spray the chemical indicator about and all will be revealed. Spray? How do I do that exactly? A little press of space on the area you're interested in is all that's required. Like this.
Ooh.
What is that stuff? It's like fog. The suspension of the chemical indicator in a pressurized gas is the most efficient way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered incidentally whilst I was developing this idea. As you do. Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something interesting about the victim's movements on the night in question. Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore.
Okay.
So, pshk, pshk, pshk. Did it? No.
Can I do it everywhere?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
Hmm,
Wait, is that on the
nothing really.
envelope? Okay. Oh,
Look, there are dozens of handprints here. Is there something hidden behind the painting? So there are, a great many indeed. So much so that it's hard to make out just any one individual print, in fact. Brr.
brr. It sends a chill down my spine.
Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while we admired this picture? Unlikely, I would say. It is a rather dull scene, after all.
And without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel.
Oh, very true, Mrs. Sato. It's a bit of a mystery, then. That is quite a lot of prints.
Okay.
You have the
Hmm.
loudest spacebar, by the way.
I guess my mic is like right over my I think is that everything?
Maybe. I think that was probably
Can I
what we
do
were meant to
look
find out,
around?
but you know.
I feel like this would be more
Yeah.
suited to having what's his name? Natsume's prints.
Yeah. I'm just spraying a little bit of extra. We're just going to use up all his gas. I think we've probably seen everything now. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, what? Didn't we just see that?
Okay.
Okay.
I guess if we go out and then inspect that
Yeah,
bit.
probably. You like go back or something.
Can I just do this? No.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we can quit, so I guess there's something else we gotta spray. But what the?
Oh. What else do you want? 'Cause I feel like there'd be that.
Try the stain? No, not really.
Hmm.
Oh
Nope.
my god, no. Dangerous to click there, I guess.
What else can we get from there?
Anything on the left, I guess? That's all I can imagine now. But we sprayed all over this place as well.
Hmm.
And there's
What
no way
can we
of
do?
quitting. We can't look around. Can't spray. History is just the text. Court record, no. No. Huh. The wig on the bottom right. Didn't we spray that? I feel like we sprayed that. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh.
That is close to the... We definitely sprayed next to the... Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, look at all this hair. Ah, yes. Interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints.
Why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot?
Ooh, perhaps he had a bad fall just there.
There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over, though, is there?
I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over.
I think that's something only a great detective would do,
What?
Mr. Sholmes.
Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Yes, there's no obvious explanation.
It's that loose floorboard I said about.
Yeah. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we?
We did. But there are two places in particular that are of interest, I would say.
The handprints on the floor there, and on the wall by the picture, you mean?
Yes. And I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment.
It's almost certainly a loose floorboard with secrets inside.
Ah!
What is it, Mrs. Sato?
Look here, Mr. Naruhodo. One of the floorboards has popped out.
One of the... You mean... It's a secret hiding place?
Bum bum bum.
Excellent work, Mrs. Sato. So, what do we have in here?
Oi! What are you lot doing?
We're investigating. Inspector Gregson.
Stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate there.
Out. No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips while we dig around the floor here.
Your fancy talks put me off my food anyway, Sholmes. A new bit of evidence is exactly what I need.
Wow. A secret hiding place under the floor. What a find.
It's not a hiding place you could make use of in Japan, I don't think. I don't think I could lift a straw tatami mat.
No, I know. I never expected one of those wooden floorboards to move either. It's got me wondering about the wall over there too. Aren't you curious?
Oh! I'll investigate at once. Is that just going to annoy Gregson even more?
Yep.
There's nothing behind the picture,
Aw.
sadly. Only the wall.
How disappointing. Maybe something in the picture. Like in the frame or behind it or something. Like on the backside.
Yeah.
But then, how do you explain the handprints?
I really can't think why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in a place like that.
There you are. A print for you. Oh shit. It's like a photograph on his hat probably.
Yeah.
Handprints on the wall. Oh, thank you very much. His invention can make prints too. Now then. I wonder if Inspector Gregson has found anything under the floor there. I'm desperate to know.
So am I. Pew.
I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath that floorboard there. Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. Inspector Gregson, really, it's been too long.
What is it, Sholmes?
I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends.
We're not friends.
No, I suppose not. Oh,
Oh.
a dismal failure. I like how he's great. He just walks over, gets nothing, comes back. That worked out horribly. Nothing good happened. It's like, oh, he's the best. Yes, I heard. I'd kill to know what was under that floorboard.
All
All right
then.
then.
Fair's fair.
What?
You did discover the hiding place after all. I suppose I should at least fill you in.
Really, Inspector? Thank you. Do it quickly, my dear fellow. If there's one thing I know about this man, is that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather.
Oi, stop making me out to be some kind of nut. There were 3 items under the floor. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know?
All of them.
Looks like this was cut out of a paper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving time in Manchester.
How terrible.
It made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, you see, but nature got him first. Oh my goodness, he'd committed a capital offence. Man by the name of Selden, nasty piece of work, into burglaries and murder.
I cannot wait to find out Selden's last name. It's like Selden Scene or something. Like, it's gonna be a good
Oh
pound.
yeah. They say the ore he'd knocked off was worth about £1,000.
A hoard of treasure, you mean? Oh, wasn't I given like 1,000 guineas to represent Mr. McKilded in the first one?
Oh yeah. Jewellery and the like, but it hidden it somewhere and no one knows where. And now he's dead. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to hell, or some such was the headline.
Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor?
I suppose now you mention it, it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got on Selden back at the yard and see if I can turn anything up.
Capital offender article has been entered into the court record.
Okay. Oh, that's Garadeb.
Yeah, and then someone. Maybe Shamspear? A younger Shamspear?
Maybe. So, this is the photograph I found. Looks reasonably recent to me.
Can't be that much younger Shamspear. Because Garadeb looks about the same age.
Oh. Is this... Didn't Olive Green have, like, a lover or something? Because he's got the
maybe.
paintbrushes and stuff.
Yeah. And it's got the same haircut as Olive.
Yeah.
So that's what, you know, because we all know that brothers and sisters have the same haircuts. But yeah, the scarf reminds me as well of her. I think
It was a
definitely
brother
connection
or a
there.
lover, I can't remember. Or
both? Wait, no.
both.
Yeah. Yes, it would appear to have been taken on the street in front of the house there.
And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, of course.
But who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadeb's son, perhaps?
Perhaps. You can take that print if you like.
Really? Are you sure? We can presume, therefore, that the Yard already knows. The identity of the young fellow, that is. Ah, is that true?
Humph. Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information isn't one of my pastimes.
My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for work.
All the more reason I'm not telling you.
A dismal failure! I'm going to start saying that. Whenever I screw up, I'm just going to say in a proud and announced voice, a dismal failure! Just like that. Yes, I heard. Hidden photographic print has been entered into the court record.
I've been told there's another place name for you, but truth be told, I don't know how this one's said.
Oh god, okay.
Chewie, how do you say that not phonetically. What's the word?
I'll post
Is
it
it
in chat as
phonetically?
well.
How do you say that one?
Featherston Haw. That's what I would say.
Gonna see if I can look
Featherston
it up.
Featherstunner.
Oh, apparently it's pronounced Fanshawe? Fanshawe.
Okay. What? That's not even. You're just skipping all of the letters.
I mean, in that one, that's
Feath-
like.
You're
I mean, I
taking.
can see the like haw.
You just no, okay. You say fan, right, and then you add an s. You take away others, and so it's just fun, or fan, and then shot. Like you add an s. You take away ether, and then you move the s after the on. That makes 0 sense. That's not even. That. No, I don't agree. That's incorrect. That's a lie.
Residents of Fanshawe, you're wrong.
Yes. Sorry, residents of Featherston Haw. You're wrong.
Fanshawe.
Yeah. That's not even Shaw, it's just Haw. Featherston Haw. Like the S comes from in the middle of the word. I wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. I mean, Mr. Shamsper himself isn't in it. Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Garrett was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it.
Okay. Now, this tin box looks interesting, doesn't it?
Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? If you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind this case, I wouldn't be in the least surprised.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I've already had a look. It's completely empty.
What? Shamspear, give us a clue, man!
You didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box. What's
Yes.
in the box?
What's in the box? Thin air, apparently. It's empty, rather like how I feel inside. No! Is there nothing more to this box then? I wonder. I looked it up and apparently it's a garbled pronunciation of a shortening of the full word that's stuck over the years. I
I've
think-
been sent this one as well.
Oh, no. Wolfardisworthy. That looks like it could just be a full-on word that you just pronounce from start to finish. Wolfardisworthy.
Apparently it's woolsery.
No.
We just do what we like.
You literally just follow no rules. You follow no rules when it comes to place names. It's
I'll
like
choose
people.
which letters I say in a word.
Yeah. Well, or sometimes you just make up new letters to say.
Yeah.
It's like some people who, like, you know, XAE12. Oh, it's pronounced Adam. Fuck off. No, it doesn't. It's pronounced XA12 because that's what the letters mean. You can't just decide that it is pronounced a certain way. That's not how it works.
Wait till I get you started on Irish names.
Oh. But there is some reason to it, like Siobhan, which is spelled Siobhan,
Siobhan.
you know?
Yeah.
I can sort of see sh from SEO and then von from the BH. I can kind of see how that, it's just BH is sort of a v, because it's kind of a B but with an H. If you try to say BH, you almost make a V with your lips. And sh is like situation. Well, I mean that's T, but you know what I mean. Like lesion, you know, with SION. So I can't understand why Siobhan is spelled Siobhan.
My name's
But I
Siobhan,
cannot
it's in lesion.
understand. But I cannot understand why Featherston Haw becomes Funshaw or Fanshaw. Like what? That you just skipped letters left and right. And the other one, Wolfington's already, which is Woofington or whatever it was. I don't even
Woolsley.
Woodsley.
Woolsley?
I don't Woolsley. I mean, because
Woolsery.
if you now decide Woolsery, if you now decide like, no, we're just going to call it Woolsery, you have to change the name, change the spelling of these things to Chumley, Funshaw, and Woolsery. Bam! These are the new names. Change the names. These are the rules. I didn't make the rules, but I follow them, and I expect you to as well.
It's just good old British stubbornness. We're going to keep saying it this way. Well, we're going to keep writing it this way.
Yeah.
No one backs down.
How about that drive on the left side of the road, you know? My God.
A baby.
It is Wagai. Hello.
Oh, look. It's that lovely little kitty cat. What was its name?
It's Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him, actually. But, so Wagahai is a different cat.
Oh.
Wait, what? Didn't we already... Or maybe we ran into Wagahai, in a later case? Because this is technically a flashback, isn't it?
Yeah.
So did we run into Wagahai in like case 4 or 5 or something in the other game?
Maybe he
And
only
this
came
is-
to live with us when Natsume went away.
Yeah.
We didn't know his
maybe.
name then.
Because you're not allowed to bring pets. Remember?
Yeah.
So maybe we take care of Wagahai. So when we call it Wagahai, you know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese.
This part of the stage looks like a little frog. Those are his eyes and there's a little smile.
You see cute animals and everything. I wonder how he got in here. Clever cat, clever girl.
Oh, wonderful. Well then, Wagahai, here's something delicious I bought for you from the cat's meat man.
What?
Wait. What?
When did you do that?
What we don't do a cat's meat man?
That was really quick. Meow. How did you go get cat's meat? How did you have that and that? Oh, I want a cat.
Yum, yum. I love cats, but watching them eat, they take so much effort when they eat. They're like, like the food.
I don't know, man. I relate to that. I like that. I respect someone putting all their effort into eating. You know, like that's good for me.
He couldn't be happier now. Look.
I just hope he can bring some happiness to his owner too. No, he's moving.
Oh, I realise he's hidden behind me where my webcam is. But he
No, he's sitting behind my webcam too. I have to move myself briefly.
Oh, is
so
he
that
going to
people
do
can
it
see.
again? I want him to make biscuits
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Come on, Wagahai. Biscuit. Maybe if we examine him? Okay, now I can show my face.
No.
Oh, he's stretching. Oh, he's so cute. Meow. That's a cheeky little meow, Wagahai. No, he's biscuiting and I
there he
put my face
goes.
back. He was biscuiting.
Oh, he did totally loved it. Oh, but he's so adorable. I could sit and watch him forever.
I'm
Have you
going
clicked
top
off
left for now. Just so
Okay.
people can see, just in case.
the baby?
Yeah. Yeah, I clicked off. Sorry, I was moving my webcam around. I think he may not appreciate that after a while, and we have an investigation to get back to. Little kitty cat.
So, maybe we need to look at, like, the top where he...
Yeah, where he came from. No? Nothing? What about the frog? No? Nothing with the frog?
The frog. Surprised we can't even talk about it.
Yeah, I guess we just take Susato's word for it. I mean, not that I think she's lying, but you know. Okay. Wow, have we already run out of stuff to... I thought for sure we were going to find a breakthrough in each play we go to, and we haven't found any breakthroughs. Though we did find a cat, so that's pretty good. In English, Wagga is pronounced wellies.
Oh.
That's probably not
Oh, wait,
true,
is that a
Briony.
joke?
It's probably a joke. Yeah.
I just thought it.
That says a
like
lot. That to
Japanese
you,
wellies.
that makes sense because you're used to English stuff making no sense. Like, oh yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense. Like, no, that was a joke, Briony.
I get it now.
Yeah. All right, where are we going then? Maybe Garrett spoke about show the picture to Garrett. 22nd February, Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's room.
Mr. Garrideb
he's
appears
out.
to be out.
Oh well. I suppose we'll just have to come back again later. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to examine here, probably. Briar Road. I mean, oof. I don't really know where to go.
Oh,
Prison. Are you sure we asked everything we need to?
sure?
I guess we aren't sure.
Hmm.
But we had examined conversed everything, I think. So there might be more stuff to present, I guess. Maybe present some of the new stuff we found to see if he knows anything about it.
Guess we could present the picture.
yeah. Nope,
Oh.
that wasn't it. Okay. Did any of the new things? Probably not. But you never know. It could be. Nope, that wasn't that either.
I guess maybe the picture of the... Wait, did we get a picture of the picture? No.
Picture of the picture?
Oh, no, wait, it's this.
Yeah. And we did present that, didn't we?
Oh, did I?
I think we just did, yeah.
Boopa. Present this just for the hell of it.
Oh!
Oh.
What's this? It's a newspaper cutting that we found in Mr. Shamsbury's room. So he knew, did he? Sorry? About this man, Selden. A convicted killer and the evil spirit behind the curse that affixed my lodgings.
Oh.
I see.
What?
He's already taken one young man's life, and now he's trying to take the life of another. A miserable mustache, much maligned Japanese man. Mr. Natsume, if you know something, please, you must tell us. Tell us everything you can about this evil spirit. The truth is, I didn't know the details myself until very recently. That Selden man was arrested about a year ago now. And at the time, he was hiding out in his lodgings at Mr. Garrideb's house.
Wait, what? Is this true?
This
or
is probably
this
the guy in the
being-
picture. I think it's the guy in the picture, right? That's why he had a picture with Mr. Garrideb. And,
Oh.
and he was a convicted killer. So now, and then Soseki took his apartment after he got either executed or imprisoned or whatever. What? He lived? Where do you... He lived where you do now? There we go. That's right, yes. Exactly where I live now, in my very room.
Oh my. Your room was previously occupied by a criminal found guilty of a capital offense.
But before his sentence could be carried out, he died in prison. That was 3 months ago now. And that's when it started. The curse.
What really is this curse you keep mentioning, Mr. Natsume?
It already caused one death. A few months after the criminal passed away in prison. A man died in the room. The man who rented it after Selden. Okay, so Selden is the guy. Selden isn't the guy in the picture, but this guy is probably the guy who died in the room.
Okay.
Olive Green's brother or something. The poor lodger, he was found dead in mysterious circumstances. The room was locked from the inside.
Oh no.
I keep thinking it's gas poisoning or something, CO2 poisoning.
Yeah.
Because that usually gives people weird hallucinations and stuff, and memory loss and the like. I remember reading a post on Reddit one day of someone who posted asking about finding weird notes and things move around, and he was like worried that whenever he left the house someone came in or did something when he was sleeping, and he wrote all these and he's like these weird things are happening, and someone's like do you have a CO2 machine to check, because this sounds like carbon monoxide poisoning, and he checked and yep, it was like mega high. So so he had literally been like leaving notes and then forgetting about them and finding them and messing with his memories and stuff. So that was crazy.
That's poopy.
Yeah, locked from the inside, exactly like the case we're dealing with now. So that's the convict's curse, is it? Yes. Well, that was the start of it.
Sorry. Do you have any idea how the lodger before you passed away, Mr. Natsume?
Did you yawn? Because I just yawned as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. The official cause of death was asphyxia. Yeah.
Yes.
Carbon monoxide poisoning with the gas. See, there's a reason this gas is focused on. It's not just a minor thing to show, he's a thief. There has to be a bunch of stuff involving gas. When they discovered the body, the room was full of gas. Gas? I only found that out after I signed the lease. Oh, God. When Mr. Garadeb came to tell me later, I couldn't stop myself trembling. In fact, if I'd known beforehand, I'd probably have been too scared to take the room. Landlord's lease, luckily legal. Lucky for Mr. Garadeb, maybe, but not so lucky for poor Mr. Natsume. And now you believe this curse is affecting you? It is. At first, I just felt as though I was being watched. All the time. And then you talked about having nightmares, didn't you? The dead are trying to take me with them. They come for me and try to suffocate me. Yeah, hard time to breathe and stuff, yeah. Just when I'm struggling to breathe, I wake up. It's like a bad case of sleep apnea. And the room is as cold as ice. Because the gas has leaked into the room rather than into the lights and warmth, maybe? But
why is your room so cold?
London winters are too cold to bear without any heating on overnight. But for some reason, even though I light the stove before I climb into bed at night, the pilot light always goes out and the room fills with gas.
Well, there you go.
But that's terrible. Yeah, come on now. This is textbook gas. That's exactly the same situation as what led to the previous occupant's death. And then there's what happened to Mr. Shamsper last night, when he was mysteriously poisoned. There's clearly more to that incident than can be explained by a curse, though.
Whatever can be the cause of all these strange happenings in Mr. Garadeb's rooms?
Okay. Is that everything we can talk to him? Probably. I think we've unlocked pretty much everything. Maybe... I'm curious about Mr. Green. Miss Green. I want to show her that picture, but I don't know if she's gonna care. Maybe we can't present? No, we can't present even. Okay. So it's not here. I guess we could go back to Shams's room and see if we can find anything new there, but I feel like we've We can maybe investigate something new now that we know about the gas thing, or... I don't know. At least we can check out Little Wagahai. No, nothing. Little Willies. Okay, where to then? Garrideb's room?
Seems to be...
Probably Garrideb might be back. You know, whenever she says, we haven't visited for some time, that probably means we need to go there. 22nd February, Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's room. Found him, Mr. Half Moon Face. Ah, you're here now, Mr. Garrideb. Right, bally business it is for me, you know. Getting out and about. Were you at the Old Bailey by any chance? Naturally. Fate of my lodgings hanging in the balance and all that. Not a trial to miss. The fate of what's already been dubbed your haunted lodgings, yes.
So just looking at Jerry. He's just sat up really tall. He looks really confused.
Tall boy.
Can I zoom in on his face?
Okay, now I gotta watch your stream. Hold on.
Just look at him. He's a baby.
He is a baby, it's true. And he is a cutie boy. Oh,
It's like the camera's frozen, but he's just sat
he's
like
just
that.
not. Yeah, it's not frozen. It's just Jerry. Just Jerry being Jerry. What is he looking at?
I have no idea.
If you move the camera, will he react?
I moved it up a little bit just
Okay.
then, but he didn't. Oh,
Maybe Jerry's just like thinking a little bit. Just
no. Oh, he moved a little bit then.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry is the best.
He doesn't know what's happening.
No, but that's fine. He doesn't need to know. He's the cutest
Sorry,
boy.
I got distracted.
Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion already. As the old haunted lodgings or some such. Ah, well, at least he knows. Makes you wonder what the blazes is going on, don't you know?
Yes, I'm sure it does.
Hey, look who's made its way here.
In fact, thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial just 2 days ago, you were at the Old Bailey then as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened.
Stopped off at the prison on the way home, in fact. Beastly business. I see.
Oh,
Just gonna stand up. So, what brings you to my haunted abode today, eh? Straight up present? Yeah, I don't know, we can talk first. Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh? Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rum fellows of late.
the Rum Fellows.
Yeah. Thanks to that bally curse. The convict's curse, you mean? Ah, heard the stories, have you? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here, then the next chap in the room goes and keels over. And then there was that woman who dropped dead just outside the street, not to mention the actor yesterday. Am I next, eh? Well, can't help but get the collywobbles, can you?
When you say the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green?
Because Miss Green, who was stabbed by the knife, and Mr. Shamspeare, who was poisoned last night, are both very much alive still. Yes, well, so is that blasted convict's curse, it seems. Personally, I should be quite content with such lodgings. A bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Why, it sounds like the lap of luxury. I'm not sure about that. Well, there's no bath or toilet included, and no fireplace either. But you do look out for your tenants, don't you? By watching the rise and fall of the flames in your gas lamps up here? Yes, it never hurts to keep an eye on things. In case there are any mishaps or such like. I think you've had your mishap already, sir. That's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes. Heaven forgive me. The words just came to my lips. A dismal failure.
A dismal failure!
So, he already said this, didn't he? Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a pale actor chap of questionable character, eh? There's no need for that, Mr. Garrideb.
That's right. Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy.
Well... He is undeniably peculiar, however. Is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away? Yes, that's right. I asked the estate agent to find someone and he popped up the very same day. Never come across a chap so keen for a place with a background, as it were. I don't think it was the room's background he was keen on so much as the cheap rent, actually.
So, how long has Mr. Shamspeare been lodging under your roof?
That failed actor chap? Let me see. Oh, of course. Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite sure of it.
What happened to the guy in the room before?
Yeah. Only 3 months? He's quite new here too, then. And to what do you owe your certainty in that regard, Mr. Garrideb, if I may ask? Well, it was that Selden scoundrel, as it happens. Selden? The convict, you mean?
Oh yeah, didn't it say he died 3 months ago?
Yeah. Do Selden and Shamspeare have some kind of connection, then? Maybe he is Selden. That comic chap, Selden, passed away in the clink 3 months ago, you see. Some malady or other.
Milady.
Some malady.
Yes, we've seen the report from the newspaper at the time.
Well, it was only 3 days later that the tragedian...
Tragedian?
Like a comedian, but a tragedian,
Yeah.
I guess. A comedian does comedy, a tragedian does tragedy, I guess. Makes sense. A tragedian showed his face, the actor fellow. Really? Yes, I remember it quite distinctly. 'Tis small, this world we inhabit. Prithee, landlord, hear my request. I, the humble Shamspeare, do desire to take thy room on the middle floor, offered erewhile for rent. Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. Already have a lodger on the middle floor. Ground floor room's vacant, though. Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat mine will unto thee. Those curls may be muffling your ears. The room on the middle floor is taken. It's ground floor or nothing. Very well. We have an accord. Glad to hear it. Welcome to Briar Road. Lo, a Shamspeare dance to celebrate. Ah, yes. Oh. Yes, now. Okay, so if he very much wanted the middle room was where, was that where Sheldon lived? Or Selden lived? No, that's where Selden's victim lived? Because Selden's victim died, right? And then Natsume took the place. And then Shamspeare came in.
Who did Selden... Selden didn't kill anyone from within the building, did he? Did he? Was it just that he just lived there, but he happened to also be a murderer?
I mean,
I think.
maybe. Do we have the queen bee? Yeah. A drone bee. I remember them now. So, Shamsbury lives on the bottom floor. Soseki lives on the middle floor. And so Selden was in prison and died 3 months ago. And that he came as soon as Selden died.
Yeah.
And when the tenant, which was not Selden, passed away, that's when Natsume came around.
Yeah. So that must have all been on the middle floor.
Yes, and then Shamsbury came in and wanted the middle floor, but Natsume was already there, so he had to take the ground floor. Okay. But I feel like there's obviously connection here between Selden and this person and so on. So, but I don't know exactly directly what.
Yeah. Do you reckon he was planning the soap thing and that's why he didn't want the ground floor so that he could not risk his soap being stolen out like off the windowsill or something?
Either that, or he specifically wanted to check out the room where the previous tenant had been in, you know? Because he had something.
Oh, he's left
like there's
something
some
there behind for him or something.
Yeah, them some sort of connection. He was supposed to go there, which is why he specifically wanted that house. It could be something so simple as just the gas thing, but I keep feeling there's something. Specifically, because if he just wanted to do the soap thing, he could go in any place that has anything that isn't the ground floor. But he specifically came to this one, So, and he also came here not as soon as something opened up, just as soon as Selden died. So yeah. I'm curious who that other previous tenant was, if that was the guy in the picture, and if that guy in the picture had anything to do with Selden. Was killed by Selden, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. There's something we don't know about.
Wait, so Selden lived here, got caught, went to prison, another person moved in, died, and then Soseki went there immediately after. They were all in one room in the middle room.
How long has Soseki been there?
Can't have been that long.
Because was he there when Shamsbury moved in, or was it the other way around?
Probably. Well, I mean, I feel like Natsume was already there. Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. From what I heard in court today, sounds like the chap was thieving gas. And he was 3 months in arrears with the rent, too. 3 months specifically. So he hadn't paid anything.
Paid any.
Yeah. So he moved in and didn't pay any rent. As the fellow was a bally player, all right. Thank you for your candor, Mr. Garadeb. We are most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say 1 or 2 words. Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. What's happened to you? Shakespeare, my dear fellow, one of his most famous lines. I wish to divulge mine own learning of the subject, for I have a turn for literature, you know. Perhaps you could turn your attention to more apt lines, then? Okay.
Now let's present him with
the picture. Yeah. And we want to find out who that person is. Take that! Mr. Garadeb, could I ask you to look at this? Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. What the hell is that on Joey's head? Something
Going to bed. I don't know the last line. Is that your son who's with you there? No, not at all. He was a lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name.
Duncan Ross.
I don't think that's a pun name. I think that's just the name.
Okay.
Duncan Ross.
Suspicious of every name.
Yeah, that's always the case in this one. In this one, I'm just assuming either it's a nothing name, or it's a Shakespeare, or it's a Sherlock name, or it's a pun.
An ancestor of Bob Ross, yeah.
Well, he is painting, so. Duncan Ross. A street photographer happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot. Just for kicks, really.
Was he by any chance the lodger before Mr. Natsume?
Yes, that's right. Ah, the young gentleman who died in the room in mysterious circumstances. Just what Mr. Mustache was waiting for, one might say.
Is he going to accuse him of murdering
Yeah.
people he didn't even meet now?
Just so he could get a place to live. Yes, young Duncan lived in the room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap. Would you mind telling us a little more about him? Yes, Duncan Ross, young chap, was attending art school and had to work to pay for it, mind.
Quiet Contempt says, you Bob Ross after your Duncan Ross. You do like Bob for apples, like dunking for things. Could it be? Could it be a version?
That is a stretch, that one.
Oh, no, apparently it is a Sherlock Holmes reference.
Okay, well, there you go, yeah.
Duncan Ross is an alias of a criminal in the Sherlock story Red-Headed League, and Duncan and Ross are both kings in Macbeth. So it's two references. Ah.
I see.
I like the dunking Ross thing.
You dunk for apples, you bob for apples. Aha! Bob Ross! Nice. Moved into the middle floor about a year ago after that criminal Selden was arrested.
Oh, so it was like a year between the two of them.
Apparently, well, so Selden was in
Oh, no,
prison
wait.
for 9 months before he died.
Yeah. So he
Yeah, so
moved
not
in-
a year after he was arrested, but a year ago, after Ellen was arrested.
Okay.
So I don't think it was like Selden was arrested and then a year later Duncan moved in. I think
He
it
moved
was
in and then-
Selden was arrested, Duncan moved in, and that both happened a year ago.
Okay.
And then Selden was in prison for 9 months and then died. And then Duncan also died.
Yeah.
Young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them. I don't know what his accent suddenly become a very different accent. I struggle trying to remember and then to keep them where I want to keep them all the time.
I was thinking that because it's been 2 weeks, I was thinking
Yeah.
some of the jury and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
I
gonna
was
go
like,
all out of
do
the
I
place.
remember who was what?
History of cheap rent, maybe, yes. Yes, well, anyway, it was one morning about a month ago now. No, it's all of a sudden become a little bit of Irish. I didn't even know if this is Irish. I didn't even know what kind of accent this is. But hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamps to see what my lodgers were up to at the time. So, sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. Smell of gas that alerted me it was.
Ooh.
Ah, yes, synonymous with the smell of death. Called the police straight away, of course, and the officer kicked the door off its hinges. Oh, so that's why the door is still broken? No, because that was broken the second time. For when
Yeah.
Shamspeare. But once we got inside, we all bally collapsed. Because of the gas? Yes, room was full of it. No air at all. Stove must have gone out while the poor chap was sleeping in his bed. So Mr. Ross suffocated to death. What a horrible way to go. Of course, the police gave me a sound ticking off because the gas pipes were so old and all that.
I mean, it might have just been in his sleep, which I guess might not have been too. It might have just been lightheadedness and then gone to sleep and then.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm trying to comfort myself over this fictional man's death. But maybe he was okay.
Maybe he was fine. I can't tell you how much it set me back to have the lot replaced all over the house. But even after you had all that work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. That the stove goes out at night whilst he's asleep in bed. Well, that's the belly curse, the convict's curse. I've done my duty as landlord now. Someone's feeling defensive. Ah, that reminds me, actually. Yes? About young Duncan, the night before the board chap perished. He'd been writing a letter of affection to a young lady.
A love letter, you mean?
Yes, where did I put it now? Ah, here it is. Left it on my desk. Oh, is that the one that she got so mad at?
Oh.
And they started the fight, which led to Mrs. Green getting stabbed. If you'll excuse me, let me see now. What does it say? To my most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Do you think that we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence?
My dear Mrs. Sato, that is precisely why I prefaced my reading with, if you'll excuse me.
I will not excuse you, Mr. Sholmes. No.
Sadly, he didn't address it, though. So I have no means of delivering the thing. Rather sad, really. I see. That's going to play on my mind.
But really, the identity of Mr. Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case. I think we should leave well alone.
I bet it does. Everything's always connected in these cases.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Indeed, the intended recipient's address is missing. However, there is a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Mr. Sholmes, please. I've already had to chastise you about this once.
My undying love to you, my colorful darling. Olive green.
Oh, bum bum bum.
Bum, ba bum, 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 bum. Oh, olive green? The woman was plunged into a coma after a knife plunged into her back outside this house 5 days ago.
Bum bum bum.
Dun dun dun. The victim of the last case Sasaki-san was in court for, who regained consciousness only yesterday. Is it just chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence?
Mr. Naruhodo, whatever can this mean?
Reading personal correspondence can have its merits, you see, Mrs. Sato. We should look. Okay. We've asked everything. We presented the most important stuff. Can we go talk to Miss Green, or is she already left? Yeah, I think that's where we're going. Yeah, she's saying the thing. February, St. Bartholomew's Hospital, recovery ward.
Mr. Naruhodo, I've just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last.
This is good news, but hopefully just before she leaves. What is it? There she is.
Aww. I wonder if she was painting a picture of
Miss
her
Green!
lost love, and that's why he was trying to destroy it.
Maybe, yeah. No! What was that? She clearly just hid something behind her back.
One moment. I'll be with you in a jiffy.
Do you think they are the Romeo and Juliet of this? And she was about to drink poison paint? because she thinks that her Romeo is dead, but secretly Romeo isn't dead.
But he is dead because he did
he's
die.
dead. Yeah, it doesn't really check out my theory, but yeah.
Hello, everyone. What are you all doing here? The doctor has said I can be discharged, so I'm just getting my things together. Miss Green, what were you just doing? Oh, nothing really. I was just about to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me. That's all.
Well, we were hoping to have another quick chat with you, if that's all right.
I don't really have anything else to tell you.
All right, she's definitely behaving strangely. Let's see if we can coax something out of her. It's wonderful news that you're going to be discharged, Miss Green.
Oh, yes. I mean, thank you. Once people are better, the hospital staff don't want them lingering and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway. So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat.
She certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk. That's for sure. Can we present the picture?
I was gonna say it feels mean, but
let's. One has to know the truth. Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you? No! Oh, God! Is that what she was gonna drink? I bet you it's poison. I don't think it's medicine.
I'm really worried that the rat's gonna go and drink it and then something bad will happen to the rat.
Uh-oh. But she was about to drink it. That's bad too.
Well, yeah, but she would know what she...
Okay.
She's in a hospital. They'll help her. It's fine.
But you don't think they'll help the rat?
No.
No, they probably wouldn't.
Oh, Miss Green, are you all right?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that.
No, it's all right. I just wasn't expecting it. But how do you know about Duncan? Mr. Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter to you. It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan a year ago now. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day. And the two of you became romantically involved? Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. That's why he decided to move into a cheaper room. To save money for the wedding.
And people are saying that, eat the rich. That's all I'm saying. Tax them first and then we eat them. If they don't agree to the taxes. And that's what led him to Mr. Garridebs.
Yes, he told me he'd found the worst, but cheapest room in the entire East End. And then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened. We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green. Well, it's all in the past now, I suppose. Poor Miss Green. She looks desperately sad.
I was starting to think that's just her look. But now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her.
I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but... Would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course we'll be on our way. Mr. Naruhodo! Surely you were not about to leave.
No!
The rat!
Oh.
Save the rat!
I'm sorry, Briony. What, Mr. Sholmes? I didn't realize you were here. But of course I was, my dear fellow, watching intently from the shadows as always. Well, make your presence known next time.
Mr. Sholmes, what's this about?
I can't stop looking at the rat.
Neither can I.
Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Mrs. Sato, is this.
I think we should take Olive Green to court and prosecute her for the murder of poor Mr. Ratto.
Actually, I hate to say it, but we're the ones that made her drop it.
Oh no, we should go to jail.
Yeah. For Mr. Ratto's death. She was about to drink it herself, though. Do you think it was poison to her as well? Or do you think it's just medicine is poisonous for the rat and not for humans?
Imagine it. I mean, the color of it doesn't look good.
Doesn't look medicine, no. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened? He was 2 days from rat's retirement. No!
No!
Instead of preventing a case before it happens. That is what sets a great detective apart. What do you mean? There's a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening. With nothing but careful observation. Alright. All the clues you need are set before you. You need only look, and you cannot fail to see.
You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can. Okay.
Examine rat.
Don't zoom in on it!
That mouse seems to be dead. Look, I didn't notice it there before. Did you?
I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. But that's the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived.
You don't think... Ah, I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of this scene. That of a tragedy about to take place. Yes, I think it's falling into place. Miss Green, the contents of the bottle you had before are spilt out on the floor. And the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died. I think it's clear that the bottle must have contained a powerful poison.
Don't worry. I will attend to the mouse presently. You're going to give it CPR and look after it and love it forever.
Yeah. It'll go to...
Go on holiday.
Vacation. And meet up with Kazuma. Him and the mouse. Miss Green. Were you intending to go the same way as that rodent? Take your own life?
Ah!
Once we'd left, you would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison?
No!
Oh god, she picked it again.
Miss Green, please talk to us.
Oh, she's back up. Okay, that's quick.
I guess do we go back to oops?
Nothing particular of note. I guess we go to
Can we
converse.
go back to converse?
Yeah.
Oh blimey.
Oh damn. 10 seconds later, and we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we'd have not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green.
Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted.
Tell me, how do you acquire that medicine?
must be in a hospital and all. When the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while, so I snuck this out when he wasn't looking.
It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains.
I'm afraid I don't really know. But I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things.
Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison.
Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that. Oh no! Oh, it's all my fault. What have I done?
I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. Take it you have no objection?
No, none. Okay.
It definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere.
Yes. It may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believes was about to happen. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it?
Okay, we got a new option. Yeah, the card.
Neither the sender's name or address appears to be written on the envelope or the card. Oh, look at that!
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, sorry, I skipped a thing because I was so excited.
Yeah.
It arrived by post at my house the day before the incident that put me in hospital here.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross.
Oh.
Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road. It's 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It's a matter of utmost importance. Wait a minute. The 17th of this month? That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road.
Hang on. Did she put poison in the soap? But no. My brain is jumping in so many different directions at the moment. It's like, did she try to murder him but then she got stabbed by the falling
So I think
at the...
it feels like Shamspare. So
Was he
Duncan
trying to-
died, Shamspare did something, and then Shamspare sent this letter to her. We know that because of the torn edge, right, of the envelope that we found in Shamspare house. So Shamspare was involved with both Duncan and Olive Green somehow, right? We've already seen them meet and talk once, but as far as I know, the stabbing was an accident. The stabbing wasn't supposed to happen. That's the knife flying from the roof because they were arguing, Gardeb and the like.
Yeah.
So that's an accident. But maybe
Maybe
that
her being
happened
outside at that
when
time wasn't.
something was supposed to happen, but then the stabbing stopped that from happening. Maybe. There's a lot of information being thrown at us right now. We have to sort of
Yeah.
go from here, I guess. It's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road.
And... Oh, wrong voice. And 5 p.m.?
Is precisely the time when the incident occurred. But they couldn't have planned the Gardeb stabbing because that was a full-on accident.
Yeah.
The Slug and Salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road being the street that Mr. Gardeb's house is on.
Does this mean that...
What's Alex doing? Hearing these weird sounds.
I think he's getting the vacuum out.
Okay. This is the time.
He looks like he's in, you know, when people get... Typically dads get into, like, busy mode. He looks like he's in busy mode.
He's in busy mode now, yeah.
Oh, he's putting his glasses on. He means business.
Oh, it's serious busy mode.
Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. That day when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the slug and salad. Goodness.
So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day.
I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything.
Yes, I'm very sorry to have had to drag up such painful memories for you.
No, it's fine. Miss Green. Please, promise us you won't try to do anything like that again. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave with a bottle of poison, and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but, well, that's how all this has made me feel.
Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today. Yes, it's late. And, Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think? Details about Mrs. Shamspeare, Mr. Gardeb's lodgings, the convict Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we're yet to see the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling, anyway.
I can't help wondering about the result of the analysis.
Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean?
Yes. Will they have found strychnine in it or not?
Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend Mr. Reaper. I keep saying that.
Oh dear.
Yes, Barak van Zeeks.
Do you reckon Sholmes is murdering them and then he just covers up? He's like, oh,
Yep.
it's that Reaper
It's
guy,
the
am I
Reaper
right?
But I wish you every success, of course. And though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and attend the trial.
Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come?
Indeed. Whatever happens, I shall be there. Assuming my eyelids cooperate this morning. Well, I think we've done all we can.
Sorry,
Are you
I'm just
okay?
joking. I'm
Please
okay.
please don't die.
I got the giggles. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's case until the very end. Dum dum dum, to be continued. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people.
Not if they keep getting murdered like this.
But away from the razzle-dazzle, down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. The Seki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here. And so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriots, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mrs. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn. For all of us. To be continued. It's not saying. There we go. To be continued. Save your current progress. Yes. We saving. Saving on this one. I think that's a good place to call it for the day.
Yeah.
A logical point.
How's your headache holding up?
Headache went away entirely, but I have started feeling surprisingly sleepy. It keeps happening every now and then. I don't know what it is.
I just start getting like not nodding off as such, but it's like like Sherlock Holmes, like the eyelids feel heavy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Usually it helps if I like go stretch my legs and take a walk or whatever. But yeah, so I would have done that even if we weren't quitting anyway.
Nice.
But the hospital, the headache went away, so that's all good.
That's good.
Fantastic. It's because it's Friday, maybe. It's Friday evening, and the body is like, yeah, weekend.
Very
just
close
chill,
to the
you know?
weekend, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of weekend, do you have anything you're planning on doing in the weekend?
Well, I'm gonna try. Okay, I keep on saying I'm gonna try a
Mhm.
breakfast donut, but then people keep on saying donuts are a breakfast food anyway. But to me, they're not. So for
No.
me, it's like
Yeah, for me, they're like a midday snack or whatever. Not really a breakfast thing. Yeah.
donuts to me are like lunch dessert.
Mm.
If that makes sense. Something you have after lunch with a cup of
Yeah.
tea. But
No,
this
yeah, that makes
donut is
sense.
like
A donut is fika in Swedish, is what it. Well, it isn't. Like that's not the literal translation. We actually call it a monk or a munk. So
Aw.
yeah, because of their hair, you know,
Oh
their
yeah.
hairstyle. So they have like, yeah, that's why it's called a munk.
But it's like it's all vegan, but it's like a sausage patty and hash browns inside a sourdough donut.
Okay,
So I'm intrigued.
interesting. Yeah,
So that's
well,
that's my plan for the day.
that's your plan for the weekend. I love it. Yeah, is it bunny stream
Um,
on Sunday or?
I might be doing a stream on Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I've sort of taken a little break off of them because I was
Yeah.
feeling a little I was feeling like a little bit run down.
Yeah.
I was trying to take full weekends off, but
I recommend it. Full weekends off is fantastic. I take full weekends off. Usually because I did some stuff on Saturday. I have a short break from that now, so Saturday is complete chill day.
yeah,
And then Sunday is D&D day, in which I sleep in, I chill during the day while prepping, and then D&D at night, and then talk about D&D until sleep. That's usually how Sundays go. So that's my weekend plan, and then we'll be kicking off next week.
You've just reminded me yesterday. You won't find this funny at all, but you
Okay.
won't be surprised by it either.
Hmm.
Yesterday, Alex found my box of chocolate Brazil nuts, and he was like, "Chocolate Brazil nuts," and I just said, "Chocolate Badiz nuts," and I found it so funny how unimpressed he looked when I said it that I laughed so hard that I cried
No.
like 10 minutes.
10
And my
minutes.
face and my stomach were hurting so much, but just every time I looked at him, because then he got unimpressed that I found it so funny.
Yeah,
That just made
exactly.
it
would
so
just
much
keep-
funny.
It's the giggle loop, you know, like the fact
Yeah.
you're giggling is funny, and
Just
yeah.
every time he looked, and like if he does a little sigh or something, it would set me
Yeah.
off again.
Chocolate Badiz nuts. Yes. Yes. Fantastic.
It's a
Well,
good
that's lovely.
workout, giggling like that. Probably get
Yeah.
some good tummy muscles out of it.
Yeah, it's good. So you were taking Thursday off, so no starter next week, right? Yeah, you do other
Yes.
stuff.
Fifi
Cool.
has her dental, so
Yeah.
I just knew that even if I did try and stream while she was away, my brain will be elsewhere. So I'm just gonna take the whole day off because
that
I'm
sounds
distracted.
That sounds like a good idea to me. So that means I will do probably a solo stream on that day, something fun. We're still good on the Friday, or are you
Yeah,
away there?
Friday will be good.
Friday's still good. Excellent. Then we will see more Ace Attorney on Friday. We'll probably finish the case on Friday.
How
then
many
probably
cases are there?
there's
What
five
do we
in
do?
each. So
Okay.
yeah. So this will be the second one, and then we'll have 3, 4, and 5. And as usual, the fifth one is probably mega long. So we have a bit left to go of this game. We took a break between case 1 and 2 with a bunch of random stuff, but we're back now, or episode rather. But now we're back for episode 2.
Yeah.
Because we're really playing 2 games in this one, because it's 2 games in 1 in this. So it's sort of like how the Phoenix Wright trilogy has 3 games in it. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm just waiting for them to put the second trilogy on Steam and remaster and stuff, because they're only on like DS and 3DS at the moment. They're nowhere else, and it's a shame because they are really good. The first one you play as Apollo Justice, the new guy, and you get to meet Hobo Phoenix Wright, because he's been disbarred and he's not allowed to practice law anymore. Dun dun. So he's just chilling, playing piano, playing poker, wearing a hoodie and beanie. He's my soul bro. Like honestly, like I love him in that game. And then in case 5, it's called Dual Destinies. You play as both Phoenix and Apollo. And then in case 6, which is the one I finally finished, and a while ago, but which is great, called Spirit of Justice. You play as a bunch of characters, mostly Phoenix and Apollo, but also the third character that was introduced in the 5th one, called Athena, and she is cool too. And it's really good. It's really good.
Nice.
So I'm hoping that they also get properly remastered and put on Steam and Switch and mobile, I guess, for those people who play on mobile. One day. But yeah. So yeah, that's it for us today. I hope everyone who watched had a lovely time, and I hope you had as well, Briony.
I did.
I had fun. I really enjoyed our 50-minute podcast at the beginning. Which, by the way, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say this on stream, but if you do want me on as a guest for your and Kirsty's podcast, I'd love to.
Yes.
I think that'd be super fun. And it could be training for future Briony and Rythian podcast as well. Though really, I feel like often we take our podcast time on this stream, usually. Just like, but yeah.
That would be amazing. We're trying to find because we were thinking we either need someone who's willing to record one of their dreams, or we need someone who would be like a guest analyst of our dreams.
Okay.
So it's whichever one you'd be happy with.
I could do both. I did at one point decide, because I got really into the idea of lucid dreaming, and a lot of the people talking about I have interesting stuff to talk about dreams, actually. So yeah. We could do so, because I remember getting really into the idea of lucid dreaming, and people said, like, to start getting into the habit, you need to start like documenting your dreams. So every time I woke up, I like fumbled for my phone, pressed the record button, and like, so there was a thing with potatoes and champagne, and I lived in the whole old house. And then later on I listened to it and I'm like, what the fuck was this dream? Because I am bad at remembering my dream after I wake up. That's part of something you learn on the way to like learning how to do lucid dreaming, is to understand your dreams more and be more aware and remember it better. But so because I'm really bad at remembering, I have to sort of record it quickly after I wake up. And you know how you are when you've just woken up. You're not entirely awake. So a lot of things you talk about make no sense. So that's what my voice messages sounded like when I listened to them back.
Because we've obviously been recording ours for the podcast, and there are times when, because I won't listen to them back, and then I'll just listen to them with Kirsty. The number of times that mine will just start with absolute, just you can't tell any of it. It's just me being like,
just random words.
Big tree, and I'm like, what?
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, but I would be up for that. I would be up for either analyzing or both. It could work. So just
exciting. Because we've been so scared about getting a first. I think because we've not had a guest yet. It's just getting that first one. So
yeah.
That'd be great.
That's cool. That's cool. All right. Well, that's it for us, everyone. Happy Friday evening. Happy weekend. And we'll see you when we see you next. You'll see me on Monday for Armchair Admirals and Tuesday solo stream. You'll see Briony maybe on Sunday. And if not, you'll see her next week as well for her lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Have a fantastic day, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. And bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.